What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin Jordan.
Yeah,
Justin, what do we got going on today?
yeah,
March has just started officially, bro. About to start winding down into the season. About like 22, 23 games left, I think.
yeah.
Teams already getting to that 40-game win mark, bro. That 40-20 Phil Jackson rule. Talk to me, bro. What we talking about today?
So today we got best and worst matchups for every playoff team. Well, first round matchups. Then we got Joel Embiid is officially out for the season, and how ironic it is the day Mitchell Robinson comes back, Joel Embiid is out. It's crazy how the basketball gods work. And then we got Jayson Tatum, his comments about his accolades and how he's viewed across the league. And before we start the show, I just want to give a shout out to Diana Taurasi. She retired after 20 seasons in the WNBA.
Shout out to her.
3-time WNBA champion, 3-time NCAA national champion, MVP, 11-time All-Star. Yeah, she's looked at as the GOAT in the WNBA, and respect to her because she's one of those ones that's like, you see her on the court, her competitive fire, how she plays, it resonates, and she was much needed for the league, especially from college basketball when UConn was dominating at that time to now, and you saw what she brought to the league. So shout out to her.
Yeah, she got brought in longevity, bro.
Yeah.
Quite literally. That's funny. Obviously, big respect to her, but you caught me off guard because when you said first off shout out, I thought you were gonna say shout out to our boy E Money because it was his birthday yesterday. I thought that's where you're going with. I was about to say I thought you were gonna leave that for the end.
No.
But I guess we're doing it now. Shout out to our boy Eric.
Yeah, shout out to Eric.
Big happy birthday to him. I thought that's where you're going with this shit. But what are we gonna get into, bro?
I guess we could start off with you want to start off with Embiid?
Yeah, we could talk about Embiid. That's it. He shut down. Like you said, we don't want anyone to be hurt on here. Justin really doesn't like Embiid. Even before the Mitch thing, you didn't really like Embiid. That Mitch thing made it worse. Me, I was neutral on Embiid. I think he's very talented. I think he's stolen MVP from Jokic. But besides that, he's a very talented player. One of the best centers I've ever seen. I don't want him to be hurt. This whole Embiid thing, though, this experiment, I think it's done, Justin. I think it's over. And I hate to be negative. I really do. I don't want him to be hurt, but I think it's over. There's only so much like you can run back and try. Like they got Paul George. You had Daryl Morey talk about like, yo, like, yeah, we're gonna pay Paul George all this money, and for this long, but we was gonna be Paul George for like half that time. Well, half that time was supposed to be like this year, next year. And he's not Paul George this year. And he's definitely not going to be Paul George on the back end of the contract. So you already wasted this first year of Paul George's contract, not only because Embiid's not playing, but because Paul George's ass. So you already wasted the window. The window is beyond closed.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. It is beyond closed. And what blows my mind, they should have shut him down earlier.
Yeah.
Because now, because the timetable was what? It was 7 to 10 months, something like that. I believe it was 7 to 10 months.
I remember seeing 6 to 8. It could be 7 to 10.
It's something like that. If they just did that earlier, mind you, and that's just to be all healed. We're talking about play games. That's just for him to be like, okay, now, if you do the math, by October.
You still got to factor in rehab.
Exactly.
Conditioning, all that.
They did that shit 2 months ago. He'd be ready to go next season at least.
Yeah.
Ready to go and ready to run it back. And the thing is, too, like, to be honest with you, once Jared McCain went down, like, you should have just shut him down. Once you saw Jared McCain went down, once you saw Paul George wasn't playing well, let's be real. The writing was on the wall from the start of the season when it came to Paul George. I know I'm a big Paul George critic, but we had to be realistic. Even the Paul George fans, like Dequan, for example, even at the start of the season, when he wasn't performing, they knew, like, damn, this is what it's going to look like for the whole season. So by that point in time, you should have just been like, all right, let's shut him down. There was no point in putting him back out there. To me, I see it as malpractice to keep trotting him out there and out there and out there every couple of weeks to play a little bit and shit, just to take him back out and send him back home. it's malpractice to me. And for him to finally shut him down now, like, it's an L to me. Major L. You already lost Jeremy McCain. Paul George sucks. Maxi's the only bright spot. He's hooping his ass off.
You're not going to keep Yabusele.
Yeah, you're not going to keep Yabusele. And it's like, and then Embiid's hurt. This was their time. And we was even high in the Paul George move. I was checking my Eastern Conference standings. I had them 5th.
I think I had him 4th.
I had them 5th. I didn't even have them no top three team. That was best case scenario. They are a lottery team. 11 seed. And depending on Paul's, how the balls drop, like, they might not even get their pick. Right now, they're projected to. They have the odds to keep it right there on the money.
At 6,
they're projected at 6. Top 6 protect. They're projected at 6. The Nets have one more win than them.
They fuck around, win 2 more games. They might lose that shit.
They win just a couple more games. That's it. That goes into the 7th most odds. That goes all the way back to OKC.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now you don't have the asset and you wasted the season for nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sucks, like you said. I'm not saying funny how things work, but ironic how things work. That it was a dirty play. He fucked up Mitchell Robinson. By the way, big ups to Mitchell Robinson. So many people, Twitter, TikTok. I've even been in debates talking about how important Mitchell Robinson is, and people were like, you guys are gassing him like he's prime Shaq. Never the case. He made his debut last night, made a direct impact. Big fucking shout out to him. Plus minus of 11. Highest on the team. Big shout out to him. But he was out since that game because of Embiid's dirty play. And the day that they announced, all right, Embiid, you're done, this man comes back and he looks good. Limited minutes, of course, but he looks good.
If I was Sixers PR, I'm like, nah, fuck that.
I would have waited
I would have waited another day.
I would have at least waited an extra day, bro.
Because we been knew Mitch was coming back on Friday for like a few days now. So whoever reported that shit, they probably don't fuck with Embiid either.
I mean, bro, like that's just ironic to me.
Yeah.
It's so ironic to me. And again, big shout out to Mitchell Robinson, bro. Fuck all the doubt. I'm gonna get more Mitchell Robinson praise later. I gotta drop the numbers because I was so mad.
Shout out to the demon.
Yeah, I was so mad at all these people putting disrespect on his name. Like, people saying he's not gonna make a difference to the defense.
Retards.
They're not gonna he's not gonna make a difference to the Knicks. He's not gonna make a difference against the top 3 teams, the OKC, the Cavs, and the Celtics. Like, the one that got me the most was, you look up Mitchell Robinson on Twitter, the top post is, Knicks fans think that he's gonna come in like Shaq. Or it's like this. I think the exact quote is like, this is who Knicks fans think they're getting back with Mitchell Robinson. Those Shaq highlights on the Lakers. That's not the expectation. We're just to spoil the numbers, we're swapping out a 9th percentile rim protector for a 93rd percentile rim protector. Our defense isn't gonna become elite, but it's gonna go from like top 5 worst to at least mid when he's on the floor. When he's on the floor, it's at least going to be mid. It's not going to be number 1, number 5, whatever. It's at least minimum going to be mid. So big shout out to Mitch. Still sucks for Embiid to go down though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not, like, I don't wish Embiid to get hurt. Like, I rather see him fail while he's healthy. Seeing him get hurt doesn't really do anything for me. But at the same time, I'm not going here. I'm not saying, yeah, that he got hurt, but I'm also not like, oh, man. I'm just like, whatever. It's news. Like this. We see this every year with Joel Embiid. And we said it since the offseason. Neither of us were high on the Paul George move just because you have a guy who's always hurt. Same thing with Paul George and 2 guys that choke in the playoffs. So we saw the writing on the walls, big red flag at the start of the season when he was missing all them games at the very start. That was a big red flag. And for the Sixers, yeah, they just got to shut everybody down, like even Maxey. Because you don't want to, at this point, the best thing to do is to get that top 6 pick. And I've seen a lot of people, they're like, yo, if you do get like a top pick, especially top 3, you should just move on from Embiid, get whatever you can for Paul George will probably be close to nothing, and just build around Maxey McCain and whatever that pick is. Just think about the future. But if you keep holding yourself and tying yourself down to Joel Embiid, I feel like you're just going to be disappointed every single year because him going out now, yeah, that's 6, 7, like that's 6 months or whatever it is, the timetable. It's never exact. We know that for a
Could
fact.
be shorter, could be longer.
It could be shorter, could be longer, but for in this case, for a guy like Joel Embiid, I'm expecting it to be longer. Look at it with
100%.
Mitchell Robinson. We've been hearing December. Motherfucker didn't come back till March, basically.
We heard December, end of December, and then January. Then we heard end of January.
Yeah.
And then all February got quiet.
Yeah.
February got quiet as fuck. Then I was like, okay, he's running and jumping. All right, now he's doing 5-on-5. And then it was like, boom, he's going to play against the Grizzlies.
Bro, I was checking Sleeper every Monday to see when he came back.
But you remember they said end of January, like the last 2 weeks of January, he's going to play. He wasn't even practicing.
He wasn't even practicing yet.
That shit was ridiculous, but thank God that he back.
But for Embiid, I expect the timetable to be a little bit longer. Then you got to take into account rehab and then getting into game shape. And then when he does come back, he going to be rusty. And now we looking at realistically what, like end of November, December at that point, which is kind of like the dog days of the NBA season. But if with the rise of like the Pistons and you see Orlando could be healthy next year, you don't want to dig yourself in a hole next year. Because you could easily start the season off and, yeah, sure, now you have the plan. Like, you guys are actually fortunate that we have a plan. Because if it wasn't a plan, you would have no hope. But you have to take into account all these bottom teams or younger teams that could potentially grow next year and become a top 6 seed. And then you guys are fighting up. And now Embiid is more like we're gonna need him more to play back-to-backs and shit like that, just to catch up in the standings. But if that's the way you want to go and just play catch up for the rest of the year, I wouldn't want to do that because it's like you're asking Embiid to do more. Paul George, we need you to do more, and it's just gonna be a lot of wear and tear to just go out through the whole season, and it's just not gonna be sustainable at all.
Bro, like you said, like the East. I'm really projecting next year it gets better, like better than what we have right now. And I know we projected this year to be a little bit better. Kind of hasn't been working out, but I really do think next year is gonna be better because like you said, you was aiming like the Magic is gonna come back strong because they started off strong. Things happened. Paulo, Franz, Mo, like everyone got fucked
Suggs.
up. Yeah, like Suggs. Everybody got fucked up. You feel me? And now they kind of had a hole dug for them. You feel me? So they're all the way down there near the play-in, in the play-in.
Yeah.
But next season, they're not doing too hot right now, but they're going to have like a top 4 pick minimum, I think, top 5 pick. The Raptors could be kind of nice. They could be a team to look out for. I had them projected to make the play-in this year. Hasn't worked out. I understand that. But with the right player, if they were to luck out and jump into that top 3 and get a Dylan Harper, fuck, Sixers, like, I would be worried. That's another team we have to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm dead ass. And it's kind of like how I know TB said the other day, like, I would love the East to get stronger too, but they're gonna have those teams, bro, that's at the bottom. They gotta not only get those top picks, but make the right ones. That's why I was kind of tight that like the number 1 pick last year, it went to East. It was fucking Zach. And then it's the Wizards got Alex R. Like, no disrespect, but it's like, that's not moving me. They're cool. They're decent players. I project them to be decent players. Who knows? Maybe later on they become all-stars. I'm not really predicting that. But I'm really hoping that if these teams are at the bottom, they get these top picks, Philly's going to have trouble.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to slide down. Boston obviously is not sliding down. Cavs are not sliding down. You feel me? Pacers, they're fine. They're always going to be in that fight for like 4 to 6. And they could peak at 3.
Yeah.
You feel me? Bucks still have a top 3 player in the world. No matter what, he's going to be there. As long as he's healthy and playing, he's going to make the playoffs. Cade just showed us, hey, give me okay pieces, pretty decent pieces. I will will us to a playoff spot lock. Not playing, lock. We saw what Orlando did last year. You feel me? It's going to be more comp. It's gonna be more comp, bro. Hawks, I can't really say much about you.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, they're always linked to a move. We know who the Heat are, but hey, maybe they do finally swing on some shit and they get somebody good and make shit competitive. But it's like, I really do think that the East is gonna be better next year. And that's gonna be a problem for Philly. They really fucked up their window, bro. And we already know that. Everyone knows that. Like, it's crystal clear. It's not something I have to tell you. I don't have to go through every year and show how weak the East was and show who they could have beat. Like, 2021 was truly their year, obviously.
Yeah.
They would have still had to beat Giannis after being the Hawks, but 2021 was truly their year to win, and they fucked it up. Their window's done.
Yeah.
You couldn't beat the Celtics. They lost to the Celtics 3 or 4 times. It's one of the two, 3 or 4 times.
2020, 2023. So 3 times, I think.
They lost them 3 times.
Yeah.
22, they lose to. They lost to the Heat.
Yeah.
22, they lost to the Heat. Jimmy Butler. They beat the Raptors and they lost to the Heat. Bro, like, they lost to the Celtics 3 times. You lost to Tatum and them boys 3 times.
Yeah.
You lost to the Kawhi shot. And it's like, fine, we understand that. But then you lost to Trae Young. Games he was up by 20. Like, your window's done.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And now, that was 4 years ago. Look how much has changed in 4 years. Completely different team, and now Embiid's completely different. He's broken down. He just won MVP 2 years ago. A year ago and 2 months ago, Embiid was the front runner for MVP. Last January, he was front runner for MVP.
Yeah.
Look how much has changed. He's all banged up.
Wasn't he averaging like 35 at this
That's
point?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Well, not this point of the year, but before he got hurt.
Yeah, before he got hurt.
In January. That's what I'm saying. A year and 2 months ago. Front runner for MVP. That's when he came in against us when we was blowing them out in January just to stat pad and keep his 30-point streak alive. You remember that shit? That shit was embarrassing. But it's like, it's over. It really is over. I think, like you said, tank and move on from Embiid. And I'm just so happy because, like, the report that I sent you, but it was like a reply of a meme of a suicide bomb vest. Like, some dude said, I'll wear this MSG if we did make that Embiid move. If we would have traded for Embiid over Cat, this would have been us.
This would have been horrible.
This would have been terrible. And it's so funny, too, because for like the past 2 years, it was links of like, oh, if the Sixers keep failing Embiid, watch out for the Knicks, watch out for the Knicks. And 2 years ago, I was like, all right, cool. But after the end of last season, I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with anything about that. And this is before even this injury. Way before this injury. Even then, I was concerned. After the Bell's palsy and shit like that, I was like, I don't want to touch this. Don't link us to him. I don't want to touch this. Because I don't know if you remember, last time the reports was, if they fail Embiid this year, the Knicks can swing for him and this summer 2025.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Thank God.
I remember a couple of years ago, I'm like, damn, I wouldn't be mad at that. But then after last year's playoffs, I'm like, I don't want that soft-ass motherfucker on my team. Hell nah.
And then even in the summer, they're parodying that shit. They're like, if this is the last chance, 24-25, they fail Embiid, Knicks, watch out for the Knicks. They're going to make a move for him. Now look, we obviously don't want him, and we got Cat.
And
we don't need that shit.
And not even talking about playing. It's like, I remember the beginning of the season when he was complaining about the fans and shit. Imagine, like,
he was reporter.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, imagine that shit in New York, bro. Like, it's not gonna be any different.
The one thing I do want to say though about when he says the shit that he's done for the city, I know people will like clown, like, you didn't bring no championship. You feel me? You didn't even bring us to the finals. And look at their other teams. Like, you got, unfortunately, over there, a fucking Eagles balloon. Like, Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl in 2 appearances. Bryce Harper and the Phillies went to the World Series 3 years ago now. 2.5 years ago. 2 seasons ago, I guess you could say, because this one's about to start. Embiid, even though he hasn't gotten that far and they like to compare him to those 2 Philly icons out of that big 3, I can't comment on the Flyers. I don't know shit about the Flyers in hockey. But he does get compared to those 2. It's like, what has Embiid done for us? But at the end of the day, look at the shit that he's doing, though, to at least be on the court. That's the props I could give him. He's still going out there and trying when he's all fucked up. And even though he was dirty against us and shit like that, when I saw him only blinking from one eye against us and hooping, that kind of bothered me when people were like, oh, like, he's saying, look what I've done for the city, but no rings to show for it. This thing is willing to die on that fucking floor for you guys in a playoff series. I can't be saying that shit. Is Embiid annoying and shit like that for flopping, hurting one of our guys, being dangerous, hurting other guys? Yeah. But y'all can't say, like, he don't do shit for the city just because there's no finals appearance or championship. That's the shit that blows me, to be honest with you. This nigga was perked up playing a playoff series and dropped 50, and we saying he don't do shit for the city. I don't fuck with that shit. That's all I gotta say about Embiid, bro. I'm not jacking that. That's not cool to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Philly Flyers.
I don't know what they do. I don't know their history. Shout out to them, I guess.
I know Eric just became a Philly Flyers fan.
Does he even like hockey? I mean, I would like to. I always say for like the past 6 years, I've been saying I'm gonna start watching hockey. I never do.
It's tough because
It coincides with basketball.
Yeah, it coincides with the NBA.
And it's at the same time.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's at 7:30. It's the same time.
Yeah.
Rangers play at the same time as the Knicks.
Yeah.
And I would be a Rangers fan. Fuck the Devils. I went to the Devils game. That shit was heat last year. It was cool, but I would be a Rangers fan, bro.
I think I'll be a Devils fan.
I want to ask you about the LeBron quote because I know I didn't mention this to you. How do you feel about what he said? About the whole face of the league shit, just like, yeah, no shit. Nobody wants to be like the face or anything. Like nobody wants to. Nobody really wants to grab that shit. Look how y'all talk about that. Look how you guys talk about us. Only like criticism and shit like that. Like y'all only focus on the bad shit. He was like, you guys could talk about. I'm trying to remember the exact words he said. He's like, I think he was saying like, you guys should be hyping up the Thunder and the Cavs, and I think he said SGA and he said something like that. Like those group of people and teams. Because like, oh, but you guys only want to focus on negative. Based talking about the media. I kind of agree. Why would I want to be the face? The face? Look at what they've done to the face of the sport. The media's done to the face of the sport for the last 20 years. How they treat him. Why would I want to be the face of the league? How do you feel about that? Because you know how like ants kind of, I'm not saying avoiding it, but they keep trying to push on him. He's like, I could be Wemby. You feel me? That's how he feels about it. Like, it could be Wemby, whatever. And Tatum's like feeding for. He's like, please let it be me. But it's like, you got to be chosen. You got to be chosen though.
He said, please.
Yeah, you got to be chosen though. You feel me?
Yeah. I guess I see what he means. Like with him being the face and like you turn on First Take every morning and as soon as LeBron accomplishes something that's so dope, the next morning it's just like Stephen A. Smith. He still ain't better than Michael Jordan. He still ain't better than Michael Jordan. Like, and like as a guy, like for me, Michael Jordan is my GOAT, whatever. But LeBron is right there. And if you was to say LeBron is the GOAT, I wouldn't fight you on that. And it kind of sucks to like take away LeBron's moment, like when he accomplishes certain shit, like coming back from 3-1 or getting the all-time record, and then you gotta wake up and see First Take the next day and like he not even better than Kobe and shit like that. Like as a player, I would like I'm not gonna say I'll be tight, but I'll just be like,
why would I want that
like
shit?
why like I'll dead out like Brian probably sees that shit and he's like turn that shit off. But yeah, if I'm a player, like I'm not gonna put energy into that or like pay attention to that. And then they be the same motherfuckers when they ask for an interview and you're just like, nah. They be like, oh, this motherfucker think he hot shit. Like, yeah, I wouldn't really like that. So, but shout out to Bron because I feel like he's a guy that I'm not gonna say he wanted it like how Tatum wants it, but he's a guy that embraced it and he carried it and he realizes like, yo, it's not gonna be me. Like my time is coming to an end and they're still kind of focusing on me and I understand.
Still to this day.
Yeah, well, I understand because like he's the fucking greatest. But it's time, like he realizes it's time to like put some shine on somebody else. Like you guys are still, you want the product to grow and we're still talking about Curry, KD, Bron, like big three. Like in the 90s, they wasn't, or in the early 90s, they wasn't like Bird, Magic, Jordan.
They moved on. They
moved on.
Well, not Jordan, like, but they moved. What you're trying to say is like Bird and Magic. They moved on to Jordan already.
They just moved on to Jordan.
89, they was already saying Jordan's the best. He didn't even have a championship.
Yeah.
And they was like, he's the best of all time. No ring.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is the best player of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Already dick riding.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
they moved on.
It's only now, like, you gotta, even when Jordan left, bro, like, they was already attaching themselves to, there was a time they was searching. Yeah. They was like, is it gonna be, is it gonna be this guy? Is it gonna be that guy? This shit failed. Vince Carter, like, you're cool, but you're not good enough. Your shit looks cool. You're marketable, but you're not good enough as Mike. This guy, all this shit, you feel me? Like, they had a couple different options, just didn't work out. But AI, like, you're awesome, but like, hey, and David Stern's eyes, by the way, not mine. It's like, hey, like, we don't want you to be the face, though. Yeah. You're great. Yeah. You're great. You got to the finals. You're popular, but we don't want you to be the face, shit like that. You feel me? But it's like, it's not like a Shaq to lean on. You feel me? They were able to transition at least to a Shaquille O'Neal. Went by the time that he fizzled out. And then, of course, transitioned to a Kobe until the stuff happened. and then transition straight into LeBron. Straight into LeBron. But the thing is, like, he's not wrong. Compared to other sports, baseball, they dick ride the fuck out of Ohtani. And it's the truth. Before the playoffs even started, you know how crazy it is of like dick riding to have a graphic of Ohtani drawn as an anime character. Only him, no other player in the league. Him holding a bat as an anime character saying, Ohtani is 6 batters away. Every game, Ohtani is 3 batters away. The craziest. Imagine LeBron sitting on the bench and then being like, LeBron's going to come back in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Imagine that.
That'd be crazy.
Every game. And it doesn't happen for Ant. It doesn't happen for KD. Like, let's go through all the guys in his career. It doesn't happen for Tim Duncan, KG, Paul Pierce, none of those guys. Only Bron.
Yeah.
Calling Ohtani the greatest before he won a championship. Before he even played a fucking playoff game. Call him the greatest of all time. You go to football. The fans criticize Mahomes. But the broadcasters and shit, the dudes on the talk shows, sometimes people will say, give him the pushback of like Tom Brady and shit like that. But people say, oh my God, he's like the greatest talent, whatever. They'll glaze Josh Allen. The guy that they'll give pushback to is a Lamar Jackson. You feel me? But like a Patrick Mahomes, even to a lower extent, Josh Allen, they'll praise these guys. They go to the NBA, it will be July. There will be free agency signings. They're talking about LeBron and Jordan and why LeBron's not good enough. If I'm Ant, if I'm SGA, if I'm Luka, if I'm Wemby, why do I want to deal with that?
Yeah.
Why do I want to be the next guy to deal with that shit? I'm not getting the appreciation that Ohtani and Mahomes are getting. I'm not. Even if you go back to the guys before them, which is funny because LeBron coincides with those timelines as like well, let me not say A-Rod. That's a bad connotation. But I guess you could say a face was Jeter, even though he wasn't the best in the game, not even close to it. But Jeter was the face. Everyone fucked with Jeter. Everyone fucking loved Jeter in the media. The media loved Brady. The media fuck with Brady. Did the fans want to see him lose? Yeah. The media liked Brady, though, until the cheating shit happened. But the media liked Brady and shit. The media liked Peyton. And then it's only NBA where it's like Charles Barkley's like, this game sucks. Basketball sucks now. Draymond Green, this just sucks. This just garbage. First take. LeBron's not the greatest. It's August 26th. Instead of doing predictions on the Eastern Conference standings, Western Conference standings, MVP race, whatever. Another Bron versus MJ debate. How many Bron MJ debates have we seen Stephen A. do in the last 15 years? At least 1,000.
I checked out after 2017.
At least 1,000.
Yeah.
And it sounds like I'm exaggerating. He's probably done like 1,000 debates about Bron and MJ.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. So I think he's right. I think he's absolutely in the right. Why would you want to be the face?
Yeah. And then it takes away from guys like Cade, who have an 8-game winning streak, playing great basketball.
Paradox. Shout out to him.
And let's say Bron has a cool dunk in a TNT game, and that's all we like. And it won't be necessarily like glazing LeBron. It'll just be like, how much does LeBron have in the tank to go to the finals? Just based on like a great game that he has on a Tuesday night or whatever. After seeing Cade just have an 8-game winning streak and he's playing out of his mind, he doesn't get fucking mentioned on First Take. That's part of the reason why, like the media and the viewership and shit like that, like casual fans. A lot of these casual fans, sometimes they don't even watch the game. They'll probably turn on NBA TV, go to First Take, and recap what happened last night. I remember when SportsCenter used to have the highlights of every game, and then you had them talking about it. But that's kind of how people get the information. And when you go to First Take, all they're talking about is Bron, Curry, Durant. Like, they gonna put up that graphics like Phoenix Suns are struggling. Could they make a push to make it?
They don't talk about Bol, who's hooping.
Yeah, they won't talk about Bol.
I understand he's not a star. Like, you talking about Cade and Bol.
Yeah.
Like 10 tiers separated. But he's hooping.
Yeah.
They will never talk about that. Only Shaq would do that shit.
Oh, yeah,
only if Wemby's playing.
Yeah, but
only
Shaq,
if Wemby's
Shaq
playing,
is
though.
weird with that shit.
That's only if Wemby's playing. You feel me? Wemby will have 15. He's like, Bol had 27. Like,
Shaq only brings up Bol to shit on Wemby.
Yeah, but it's like, no one's gonna, again, way lower extent, but it's like Bo's hooping.
Yeah.
No one cares. Let me not say no one cares. Nobody in the media cares. On a higher level, Cade, amazing. Nobody cares in the media. Nobody gives a fuck about even a guy like a Darius Garland who's on the 1 seed. No one cares about anybody that's not SGA. And the thing is, people only care about SGA this season. Last season, nobody gave a fuck about him. And he was the 1 seed. The season before, top 5 MVP candidate, no one cared about him. Like you just said, it was all Bron. Even with Jokic cooking, right? The only time he got major media attention, and I hate to bring it up, but was like the controversial MVP topics between him and Embiid when Embiid won. And when Kendrick Perkins made it controversial. It was his fucking fault that it ended up that way. You feel me? That's the only time the media was really like hyper fixated on Jokic ever. Never again since that point in time. They'll comment on like him being great, and like when he wins MVP, they'll talk about him. But besides that, they won't talk about him the whole season. That shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It would just be Bron. It would be Bron. Bron, Celtics. Hey, we benefit from it, but even then, like, let's chill out. Bron, Celtics, us. You feel me? Luka. That's it. Maybe the Heat, but nah, Jimmy's gone. Not really. And that's it.
Yeah.
We didn't hear about Houston all season, even as the 2 seed, when they were the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Since Ja's not hooping, we're not hearing about Memphis on the national news, on the national TV. We don't hear about them. I don't blame Bron for feeling the way that he feels, bro. Like, I would not feel honored to be the face of the league, bro. Because what benefits do I get? I'm not getting, like I said before, I'm not getting the same benefits as the other 2 sports leagues, the other 2 major sports leagues out of the 3. I'm getting the short end of the stick. And mind you, like respect to the other 2 sports, we're the most popping with the young crowd. We're the most popping on social media. Football dominates TV overall. You feel me? Baseball, lacking on social media, like crazy. Lacking in the PR compared to the NBA. NBA is the best to market stars, even more than football. Football is really just quarterbacks, the very best wide receivers, and like the very best running backs. Only like the 3 top running backs. You feel me? You don't really hear about defenders and shit like that. You don't hear about DBs, none of that shit. Obviously, you're not hearing about no fucking linemen. NBA players don't matter. And it's like, we're the most marketable athletes in American sports. And I'm the face of the most marketable athletes in American sports. And y'all giving me shit. Y'all not giving me the same respect that these 2 guys are getting in their sports. He's right. He's absolutely right. This man has not responded to Skip Bayless in nearly 20 years. Respect to him. I would have broke. I would have cracked. I would have eventually responded to him like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, I really would have, after like the Cleveland ring, I would have been like, yo, Skip Bayless, suck my dick. Deadass, I would have tweeted him that shit. So I respect the mental strength.
How crazy would that fine be?
He wouldn't get fined.
I don't think he'd get fined.
That has nothing to do with criticizing refs. That has nothing to do with anything.
Yo, Skip Bayless, suck my dick.
Like,
and would you pin that tweet?
Yeah. And not to like bring up the bad ant shit, right? Because again, like everyone has a personal problem. So it's like him with like the text message to the girls, he doesn't get fined for that.
Yeah, he don't.
The stuff with the gay people though, I think he got fined for that.
Did.
All right, so maybe that's a little bit different because that's like, you know, like not stereotyping. I forget the word. Discriminating. I guess that's why you discriminate type of people. Like that's different. But he's literally just targeting Skip Bayless. I think Bron could literally say "fuck you" at somebody. They're not gonna find him. That's different. I mean, look how KD replies to fans. He don't get fucking fined ever. So Bron could definitely be like, yo, Skip Bayless, fuck you, whenever he wants, and he hasn't cracked. Maybe that's what he does when he retires, or in his Hall of Fame speech.
I was about to say that. Imagine the closest Hall of Fame speech. Skip Bayless, suck my dick.
That would be tough. Or not. I'm not gonna say actually not. Let me not do that. But I was gonna say maybe he waits much later on and then says it after, so he can't get the gratification of the acknowledgement.
Oh,
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But speaking of like face of the league, before we hop into the stuff about the playoff matchups, we said that. Well, I said that Tatum is the one guy who really wants it, right?
Yeah.
We know Jokic is the best player in the world. SGA is a close second. He could very well marketably be the face of the league. Ant can be the face of the league. Wemby, although foreign, and Stephen A doesn't want foreigners like him and Luka who are exciting and marketable, unlike a Jokic, to be the face of the league. Tatum wants that shit badly, right? And I have the quote for you where you know, respect. He's talking his shit. He really is talking his shit. I can respect that. I have no problem with that. But I want to know how you feel about it because you know me. I had the Tatum criticism. I have to disagree with him. Where Tatum said, if you so he was basically responding to a reporter if he felt adequately appreciated. He said, honestly, no. If you took the name and the face from all my accomplishments and you're just like, this is what this player accomplished at 26, people will talk about me a lot differently. Now we know what Tatum is. Multiple time All-Star. 2 times in the finals. I think he's gotten All-NBA first team 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. And he has a couple other more All-NBAs. Incredible scorer. Average 30. Has been one of the league's best players for the past 5 years, I'd say. 5, 6 seasons. Been one of the best players in the league. Do you agree or disagree with that statement, Justin?
Like if you took his name out of it and just showed his accolades.
That and also put together with, do you think he's not appreciated? And if it's fair that he's not appreciated, kind of.
Um, I think he is appreciated. I think where he's not appreciated is like shit like Twitter and shit like that. But I feel like he has to understand that a lot of that shit is trolling, and a majority of those people, or a good chunk of those people, don't really watch basketball. They just look at narratives and see narratives and kind of just say whatever that's out there. But take away Twitter and all that shit, I think he does get appreciated. Like I said last episode, you see Jayson Tatum everywhere. The NBA promotes. I mean, how we talked about, they got to do a better job of promoting. He's on like the forefront of everything they do promote, and to me, like he is one of the faces of the NBA. He's not the face, but I do look at him as one of the faces. You see any commercial, he's most likely in it. Any poster or something, he's in it. He's on the fucking cover of 2K. I see him on Ruffles chips and shit like that. And he does get a lot of respect. I do believe that. I think most of that talk is coming from just like trolls on Twitter. Do I agree with the statement of if you took his name out of it and just put his accolades up, would people talk about it differently? I agree with that statement because he does have an impressive resume so far. I think he's about to be 27, right? In like 2 days.
Yeah. If he's a March baby, right? Yeah.
March 3rd, yeah. So he's about to be 27. He has a very impressive resume for his age. For anybody under 30, like if you just stack him up with other guys under 30, he has a real good resume. But yeah, with that statement, I do agree with.
Here's the thing, right? You know, I do give Tatum a lot of criticism, right?
Yeah.
I'll admit, I'll disagree with you. He's not appreciated. However, not appreciated as much as he wants, which is to level as the KD,
Oh yeah.
the Bron, the Steph.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
Oh yeah. At that level.
That's too much. Face the league stuff. Again, great. You're a great player. And I even admire that he wants that. He wants that. He wants the implications. He wants the consequences of that. I actually do respect that. Because you see Ant is kind of pushing away. He's like, okay, like, I know y'all want me to do it. Let it be Wemby, whatever, all this shit, right? Guys aren't really reaching for it. He wants it badly, even though, let's be real, no one really wants him to be that. You feel me? Except the Celtics fans. I can respect that he knows what it comes with. He's like, I want to be that. I got a lot of respect for that shit. However, the appreciation he's talking about is to a level of those greats, those 3 guys who are in that top 15 conversation. I cannot say that by the end of his career that he will be in that conversation. I think Tatum could be like we talked about last episode, I think he could be a top 40 player. I think very best he could be a top 30 player. I think he could be just as great, maybe even a bit better than a Dwayne Wade, for example, who's in that 25 range. He could maybe peak at a top 25, 26, 27 player ever. But that 15 range, I mean, Curry and KD, they're like right there. Like people got Curry in the top 10. I don't. Curry's my 12. KD's like my 14. You feel me? They're right there. But like that gap between that and 25 is big as hell. We're going from KD all the way to, respectfully, greats in their own right, Dirk and Wade. They're those guys who are in that 25-ish range. And then you got fucking Kevin Durant and then Curry. And then we all know at 1 or 2, whoever you think that is the big man himself, Bron. He wants that level of appreciation, but he's not at that level. That's the thing. Another thing is, too, every legend, if you think about it, except Magic, to be honest with you, except Magic, now that I'm thinking about it, every like top 10, top 15 great, let's be real, they had an underdog story. All those guys built it up from the mud. Bron got drafted by the worst team in the league. Mike, in a coin flip, got drafted 3rd. It was a bad team led by Reggie Theus. Reggie Theus left. He didn't even get to play with him. Reggie Theus left after being on that tanking team. Put with Orlando Woolridge and an old-ass George Gervin. Built that team up. Lost to the Pistons. Was getting his ass whooped. Dropped 60 on the Celtics. Got his ass whooped.
He averaged like 43 in that series.
Numerous times. And finally reached the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, wow, yes. His first year, they won like 60 games. The year before, they didn't even win 30. The reason they won 60 was because of him.
Yeah.
That was his team.
They won like 20 games the year before.
There was no Robert Parrish yet. There was no Kevin McHale yet. There was no Dennis Johnson yet. It was him, Tiny Archibald, averaging like 14 and 8. Respectable. Respectable. That's not Kareem, though. You feel me? That, and that's not even Norm Nixon. You feel me? And Cedric Maxwell, who was cool too. He was averaging like 16 that year that Larry Bird got him. He built that team up. And then he got the great players later on and won. He didn't win that ring ASAP. We all know the story with Bron.
Well, Parrish and McHale came literally the year after.
And Tim Duncan too as well. I'm sorry. Tim Duncan got into a great situation.
Yeah, he did.
And Kobe.
Yeah.
But then Kobe had his struggle in the middle of his career. So at least he had some sort of struggle. Shaquille O'Neal came into a league expansion team. I think year 1, they won 41, 42 games, but missed the playoffs. Turned the worst team in the league into either a 500-win team or just above 500-win team. Missed the playoffs, lucked into a lottery. Selected Chris Webber, technically, got Penny Hardaway, built that team up, went to the finals, lost to Hakeem in embarrassing fashion. You feel me? All this shit. Couldn't go back to the finals, got with Kobe Dosh. This shit got to the top of the mountain. You feel me? Struggled a lot. Didn't have these great pieces around him. Every single guy, those top 10, 15 guys, even when we go to a Curry, ankle injuries, start of his career, bad team. He does show love to Monte Ellis, but Monte Ellis didn't want to mentor him. So they shipped out Monte Ellis. It was about him. They wanted to send out Steph in that trade for Bogut.
That was crazy.
And the Bucks said, no, we don't want him. He's injury prone. Give us Monte. That was a struggle for him. Back then, guys was taking mid-rangers. Back then, Curry was supposed to be passing the fucking ball. Back then, Curry was averaging 7 assists because he was expected to. Then he started expanding the game, and guess what? He finally got the Warriors to the playoffs, and he won 50 games when it was the biggest joke of a franchise. The biggest joke of a franchise at that time was them and the Clippers, which sounds so funny to say now, 12 years later, because that's when the rise really started, 12, 13. 12 years later, it sounds so funny to say that because I'm sorry, Clippers fans. I know you guys are like still a consistent playoff team. You guys are still the clown franchise of the league. He built that franchise up. It's the most valuable franchise, but he started from nothing. Kevin Durant went to that Supersonics team. They were bad. Got Westbrook, still bad. Bad enough to get James Harden. Built up and they became a 50-win team and was an 8 seed. Lost to Kobe.
Yeah, I remember that.
Struggled for years. Kevin Durant did. Who am I missing in that top 10? We're not going to talk about like no Bill Russell. Like that's a little bit too far back for me to remember all their series and shit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know all their series and like all their team and shit like that. But like these like recent top 10 guys, I know what the fuck they were playing with. Kareem came in. He didn't have no crazy help. And even when he won the championship, Big O was old as hell. Respect to him. I'm happy he got his ring. One of the best of all time, Big O. He was old as hell. It was not no super team. It was not no all-star duo. The difference is, like I said, we love, even with the current guys, an Ant went to a Timberwolves team that was a joke franchise. Even though they broke the playoff drought, it was for a year. Because of him, now they're a consistent playoff team. He got into that situation after Jimmy Butler shenanigans, built them up, helped build them up. Got them to the conference finals first time in exactly 20 years, bro. First time in 20 years. Luka went to the Mavs. Trash. Played with Dirk his last year. Old. Learned from Dirk. They was bad. He was playing with Dennis Smith Jr., you feel me? Separated them. Got Porzingis, you feel me? Lost in the first round. All this shit. Shipped out Porzingis. Beat the Suns. Lost in the conference finals to the Warriors. Missed the playoffs. Go to the fucking finals. Now he's a Laker. Just look at the current guys. Jokic, a second round draft pick. Didn't even play his first year. Came after. Was in the rookie of the year conversation, averaging 10 points, playmaking, and we was shocked at that time. We like 15 years old. We're like, what the hell is this guy doing? 14, 15, what the fuck? Center passing like this? But we were still saying Porzingis was better, though. We ain't gonna lie. We were still saying, well, you said Jahlil Okafor was better than both, basically, because you said Porzingis was better. He was better than Porzingis. But I'll digress. I'm never gonna live that shit down. But he was passing like a motherfucker even as a rookie. Almost got traded instead of Nurkic. Built back the Nuggets. Won a championship. My point is, because I'm rambling, Tatum, with all due respect, what he lacks that most of these legends and even the great players in today's league, what he lacks is going through that struggle. That's what we love about these players' stories. What do we love the most about Michael's story, Justin? Getting past the Pistons. It's not the three-peats. It's not the shot against the Jazz. Majority of people's favorite part of MJ's journey is the path to the first ring. Why? Because he finally beat the Pistons. That's the majority of people's favorite part.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. A lot of Kobe fans' favorite part of Kobe is not even the three-peat. It's him going back and winning without Shaq to prove I don't need Shaq. After the struggle. Tatum got drafted, with all due respect, to a 50-something win team that just went to the conference finals. No, wait, 16, 17. Yeah, just went to the conference finals. They just went to the conference finals. He went back. He was a contributor. I'm not taking away. He was not no bus rider or nothing. Jaylen Brown was still the best team, but he was a close second in that 17-18 season in the postseason. Close second. But it's like you came into this incredible situation. Incredible organization. He can't choose that. I don't blame him. He can't choose that. Same thing, like at the end of the day, I can't blame Kobe that he got to the Lakers and Shaq was his teammate early in the jump compared to like a Bron or a Jordan or whatever. All those other greats that he got Shaq off the rip. But it's just the truth. All these other guys, what we love the most is getting over that hurdle, getting over that struggle. All due respect, this guy came in and was winning 50 games basically every season. Had great teammates his whole career. Kyrie, Kemba, before he broke down with us, basically. Kemba's still an all-star. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Porzingis, all these great players, you feel me? Stop me if I'm missing somebody from that he's played with on the subject. I think I got basically everybody that's important. I'm not gonna gas and say Marcus Smart. At that point, I'm reaching. Respect to him. But it's like, he just hasn't had to struggle, and that's what we like. And I think Colin Cowherd kind of said it best. Close your eyes. If I say Jordan,
That shit was funny.
It was funny, but it's true. Close your eyes, picture Jordan. What do you see? You see something. Everyone sees something different. I know he said it was something.
Did he say like Jordan grin or some shit?
Oh, Jordan's like competitive evil grin or something, whatever. Me, I would say either like the tongue out pause, like while hooping, or just him hitting the shot versus the Jazz. Because I remember that was my brother's max screensaver for the longest. Everything was in black and white except Mike taking the shot against the Jazz. Everything in black and white but Mike. Now you could picture that. Bron, you could picture a lot of things. The block. You could picture him holding the championship and the finals MVP after the first championship win. You could picture a lot of different things for these guys. You could picture iconic moments, iconic things about them. I hate to make a joke out of him, but like his thing is, close your eyes. The first thing you think is the we did it shit. I hate to do it to him, but like that's what's attached to him. Colin Cowherd made it even worse than what I said. Basically, he said you don't see nothing. Me, I see the we did it shit. I close my eyes. You say Tatum, I say the we did it shit. He has great accolades. He's not wrong with what he said. He does have great accolades. If we gave that to Ant, we'd be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, that shit sounds cool. But it's also about the journey. We got to add the context, the hardship, bro, the context, everything to it. That's what comes with like being the face and being like appreciated like these other players. That's all it is, bro. It's different. Oh, another guy I forgot to mention was fucking Hakeem earlier. Why I always glaze in my top 10. I'm surprised I missed him.
I was gonna
Motherfucker
mention.
had Ralph Sampson. He broke down.
Yeah, I was gonna mention him, but then I was like, he did go to the finals in year like 3.
But here's where the struggle comes in. They had the drug problems on his team.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys got kicked out, and they had the issues. Had to really basically build back that team. That was a finals team that got kicked out the league, and then Rob Sampson broke down, and then built back up a finals team of no all-stars besides him. And he went through a gauntlet and did it all over again. People say he had Clyde Drexler.
And that was 9 years after he went to the finals.
Now I was about to say, and people will say, okay, but he had Clyde Drexler second ring.
Clyde Drexler was not.
As the Rocket.
Yeah, he was not the same Clyde Drexler.
As a Rocket. Yeah, he had his cool little 19. Clyde Drexler on the Blazers was averaging 27, 26. Big difference. Yeah. But I know I've been racing. I want to give you the chance to really like comment on that, even say how you feel about what I said, but it's just the truth, man. Like the hurdles, bro, the hurdles to the game. The hurdles is really important, bro. Like that's what we like to see. Yeah, we could just say it's the same thing where people say you got to watch the games too. Yeah, I could just look at Basketball Reference and look at the game logs and shit. What about the context? What about the competition you face? Yeah, you could say this guy played. Oh, Curry beat Braun and the Cavs in 2015. Okay, but Kyrie wasn't there. He was gone after game 1. Kevin Love didn't even step foot on the court because of Kelly Olynyk. You have to add the context and shit. It's not just the face value, like, okay, 6-time All-Star, whatever you 6-time All-NBA, whatever, you feel me? It's not just about that. It's about the context. That's the only issue I had with him when he was like, I don't want to say complaining because I understand where he's coming from, but it's like, bro, like you got to understand where people was coming from, bro. Look at the situation you got off rip. If Ant got that situation off rip, we would be treating him the same way, even with his personality. I'm just being honest. We'll still treat him the same way, even with his personality. We'll be like, nigga, you ain't get no shit out the fucking mud. I would have so much respect for Tatum if Tatum did the shit that Ant did with the fucking Timberwolves. If he was on the Timberwolves, I have crazy respect for him.
What if Tatum came out and said, blame Billy King?
He's not wrong. Again, he can't choose where he's drafted. That's what I'm saying. He can't choose where he's drafted. I can't blame him for that, but he has to understand why we feel that way. Bro, you got drafted to a legendary organization. They took great care of you. Be happy that they took great care of you. They've done a phenomenal job with you, bro. A phenomenal job. They have not failed you. They did not do you a disservice like the Cavs did to LeBron the first run.
Yeah.
You should be happy about that. But with that, we also have the pushback of, well, you had it easy your whole career, basically. That's what it is. That's why we give him. That's why before last season started, I was like, this guy has to win the finals, bro, eventually. Because I'm getting tired of this shit. I can't hear the excuses no more. And he did it. But here's another thing I'm gonna say that bothers me. I'm gonna let you talk. The conversations you get put into is what leads to him, getting kind of shit on. People say he's top 5. You know what? That's a fair assertion. That's fine. People want to say that, they could say that. They're free to say that. The thing is, even though you could say it's factually right, he's top 5, the conversations he's in though. He's in a different tier of compared to 1 through 4. It's not close.
Yeah.
We can't say he's comparable with Luka, Shea, Giannis, Jokic. When he did his shit in the championship run last year, when they said Tatum joins Braun, Hakeem, Jokic, and leading his team in points, rebounds, and assists to a championship win. His shit is not the same. Factually correct. Brother, you're barely outscoring Jaylen Brown, though. Braun was averaging fucking 30. Hakeem was outscoring his second teammate by double digits.
I remember I saw a graphic with LeBron, Kobe, and fucking Lou Dort.
Yeah, like it's levels to it. Objectively correct. I can't take that away from him. He did lead his teams in points, rebounds, and assists on a road to championship. And only like Braun and Hakeem and Jokic and somebody else, I think it was, did it. But again, context, bro. Context is important. Context is very important. Braun shit is way more impressive than his.
Yeah.
Just like when they said that Tatum led his team in every stat in the finals. He outscored Jaylen Brown by 1.5 points. 1.5 points. I forgot if he barely beat out on Drew Holiday on rebounds or assists. One of the two. He barely beat him out on it. Braun, in comparison to, say, the 16 finals,
he fucking blew
he averaged
everybody out.
30. He averaged 30. 30, 11 rebounds, 9 assists with 2.5 steals and 2 blocks.
And not only did he
that's
lead,
just different.
Not
and
only,
you could say that's Brown, but still,
not only did he lead his team in every category, he led both teams in every category. That was crazy.
Exactly. We could pull up Hakeem's shit too. Hakeem's shit's gonna look way more impressive than Tatum's. You throw him in these conversations, this is gonna be the consequence. Again, objectively correct that he's did what those guys did. It's not as impressive though. It just sucks. He ends up in those convos and then spaces. This is what ends up happening.
Yeah, with Tatum, I feel like, with how the Celtics are run, I don't think he's ever necessarily gonna go through one of those hurdles where he has to go through those hardships as being the main guy and having to carry the team, because that's just not how the Celtics work. This is one of the better franchises we've seen in our lifetime. I think the challenge for him, it's going to be different. I think his challenge necessarily is just being able to dominate in the postseason. We've seen flashes of it, and we've seen certain spans of it in the past. But having a full run where he's he's really cooking, and that goes all the way to the finals and goes all the way to a championship. I think that'll be his challenge. And then on top of it, this year, hopefully, playing healthy teams, and he's gonna be playing better competition. If he could do that, I think that'll be his version of the challenge. Because I don't think he's ever gonna have a LeBron or mid 2000s Kobe situation where he's fuck, my team ain't good enough. His team's always gonna be capable, but now it's up to him to answer that call in the playoffs, in the postseason. Because we saw it last year in the postseason. He didn't play his best some series, and then in the finals especially. But I think this year is gonna come down to that. And after they won, I feel like it was a lot of Celtics fans that kind of try to put him higher, because I do like Jayson Tatum, but when they won, I wasn't sitting here saying he's better than Luka, despite how Luka was in the finals. I wasn't saying he was better than Giannis or none of those guys. To me, he's still 5 to 7 range. It's like after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Some people were trying to throw Hurts in top 3 QB talks. I'm yo, I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. I probably defend Jalen Hurts more than fucking Eric, who's the Eagles fan. But if you ask me, he's in the 5 to 7 range of QBs, because there's literally 4 guys legitimately better than him, undisputed. But it's the same thing with Tatum. To get to that LeBron, Curry, KD level, you have to dominate regular season, postseason, and you got to get championships. Mm-hmm. Championships, plural. You got the one, and that was cool. But like you said, you put context into it. You didn't necessarily dominate. The only series that I remember, not that I remember, but the only series from last postseason where I was oh shit, yeah, Tatum is fucking hooping, was the Pacers series. Mm-hmm. Every other series, I'm come on, Tatum. You could, we know you're better than this. The Pacers series was the only one where we're oh shit, yeah, he's back. But I've seen it in years past where he's hooping, and I think he just needs that this year. And I think he could do it this year. With a better Cavs team that's out there. The Knicks want to make a point and not get embarrassed in the postseason, so you're gonna get their best effort. The Pacers want to get their revenge. Orlando feels like they can match up really well with you guys, so you're looking at a potential maybe better Eastern Conference. You might match up with Giannis again. He wants to go through you guys after losing in 22 against y'all. So I think his test is just to go into the postseason and fucking dominate, especially with this Celtics team this year that isn't as good as last year. If he could leave his mark in this postseason and kind of just supersede all the flaws with the Celtics this year, that'll kind of be his test to prove that he's one of them guys. But I think that's what he would have to do.
Before I jump back on the Tatum thing, because I kind of do want to agree. I like that you said he has his own like unique challenge compared to like other guys. Tatum had again pretty good playoffs, nothing crazy, nothing fantastic. And then the playoffs was underwhelming, realistically speaking. He made his plays. He was like, sounds so funny, like comparing to football. He was kind of game managing in the finals. He was making the right plays. He wasn't doing too much, and it worked out.
Yeah,
that's what it was. But I just had to look at the Hakeem shit, bro. So Tatum, for example, had 25, 10, and 6. Good numbers. Good ass numbers.
21.
That's postseason run.
Oh, postseason. I thought you meant finals. I'm like, he did not average 25.
No, so I was correct. I was incorrect. It was whole run, because I was like, wait a second. Hakeem didn't even lead in assists. Why they say that? But it's the whole run.
Oh.
So he had 25. Yeah, I know in the finals he only averaged
22,
22.3.
Oh.
Which
I thought it was like 21 points. Something.
No, 22.
22
it was 22.2, 22.3, some shit like that on 38%.
Yeah.
But 25, 10, and 6, right? Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
One more point than Jaylen Brown. Hakeem Olajuwon, ring number 1. 29, 11, and 4. Second top scorer.
How many blocks?
You want to take a guess?
4.3.
4 flat. All right. Who was the second highest scorer? Number 1, number 2. How many points do you think they averaged?
In 94?
Yes. First ring, 94. Highest scorer, how many points?
Robert Ory, 13.5 points.
Wow, you're close. Vernon Maxwell, 13.8.
Okay.
Hakeem outscored his second highest scorer by 16.
Yeah.
16 fucking points. More than double.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. The context kind of fucking matters. Kind of matters. But like you said about the challenge and shit, I think his main challenge, bro, let me just look at Tatum's like career, like, because he's had games where he takes over. I'm not gonna lie, I want to see a whole run where he takes over. At that point, he kind of shut me up with the championship win. But again, his unique challenge now is to win Finals MVP.
Yeah.
That's the noise now. The same noise as for Curry. You got to win the Finals MVP. Even if Jaylen Brown wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP again this year, say they go to the finals, I wouldn't care if Tatum. I wouldn't care about that if Tatum wins the Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't give a fuck, because the finals, the talent's gonna be more difficult anyways. Assuming, most likely the competition is gonna be more difficult.
Yeah.
Even if, all due respect to the Cavs, let's say like a OKC or the Nuggets, they're just as good, maybe even a little bit better than the Cavs. So if they're the teams that come out, if Tatum can dominate them, and then let's say he has a better performance than Eastern Conference Finals Jaylen Brown, hey, I'll give him his respect.
Yeah.
But that's his, like you said, I like that you brought that up. That's his own personal challenge, I guess you could make it say, rather than being like, hey, Bron got out the mud. Kobe, after the years of the glory, had to get out the mud and build the team back up. Jordan had to get out the mud. His shit is more like, I got the glory. I ain't getting the respect though, because I ain't the head of the glory. You feel me? That might really be his own unique challenge. That's cool as fuck. I kind of fuck with that you said that shit. I would love to see this dude though. Like, I know Celtics fans are going to be like, he doesn't have to do that. We win without him doing that. But I'm just saying, it would be cool and it would be iconic to see the guy just go in for the whole playoffs and average fucking 31. Or even just in the finals, average 28, like 8 and 6 efficiently. Yeah. It would be cool to see. Everyone would shut up.
That would be the last thing.
Everyone would shut up.
That's like the last thing he needs. And I know, granted, they lost last night, but if he has games like that,
oh my God,
in the Eastern Conference Finals,
I want to comment on that later, but that shit was so funny.
If he has games like that in the playoffs, like more often than not, and I know it was a fucking meme yesterday when he was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
But he was like, hooping. He was hooping.
And I'm not gonna lie, that's the shit we want to see. Yeah. Like, I know some people. I know Carmelo said on his pod, he's like, "Yo, Tatum, we kind of want to see you talk your shit," and I was watching it last night because I felt like I had to watch it again, but the Steph Curry Olympic shit. And I was laughing because I just remember like when Steph Curry was like first like popping off, and motherfuckers was like kind of hating on him. But it was funny because like every time Curry went off, like the motherfucker would start dancing and shit. Like it's just funny as fuck. Like Curry would just hit some crazy shit. He'll just be like, but like you could tell when he's hype as fuck. Like
That shit got me so mad, bro.
yeah,
In the
and
Garden.
People get annoyed.
The Garden, because he was doing this one.
Yeah, but
After hitting the threes, I was
but
like,
I'm not gonna lie.
fuck you,
Seeing
bro.
that shit in the Olympics, I'm like,
In the Olympics, it was different.
I'm like, I kind of like when Curry like pops his shit, especially like you be seeing the times when he hits a three, he be like doing shit like that. But it's always fun to see players when they hit that zone and they just start just popping off. It's cool to see because it's like, yo, nobody could fuck with me in this moment. So that Tatum shit, I did tell Colin, I'm like, doing that shit in the first quarter is fucking crazy though. Like if he did that shit like in the fourth quarter, like they wanted a crazy one, I'd be like, okay, I respect it. But like
especially if they're on the other side and coming back, that shit would've gone hard.
In the first quarter is fucking wild. But that is the shit we want to see because he fucking balled out last night. And if he has games like that, because to me, what that tells me is like, yo, I understand how big this game is, and this is a nationally televised game. I have to ball out. So he understands that, which I do like to see. Because, like, I remember last year coming up here after they played the Nuggets in Denver and he was ass. And I remember telling him, I remember telling him, like, yo, delete Kobe's number. Like, if you're going to go out like that. But now he understands, like, the stakes of this game. This is Cleveland, the best team. I'm waking up for this game. It's on ESPN Friday night. I have to ball out. And he did. I know they lost, but he understands that. And we'll see how it goes from there.
Damn, so that delete Kobe number shit, that's just funny. I like the Curry comparison too. By the way, I'm sorry. I'm still mad. I'm still mad at that Garden shit though in 2013. Where he hit the three, he said. He was doing like the Harlem Shake.
My favorite one was he hit that shot against OKC. And he was like,
yeah, that nigga does his dance and shit.
Made me, I was like, damn.
That's why the Jeff Teague story makes me laugh when they in China. He's like, Jeff, when you make a shot, like look at your hand. He's like, shut the fuck up, man. Like you have 30, I got 7. Like that shit funny as hell, bro. He's I'm tired. He's like, hey, stop that whole ass shit, man, because he kept celebrating on him.
Yeah, I'll be tight if I was guarding Steph and he's just dancing, bro.
But my thing is, another thing that just popped in my mind because you said Steph. Even though Steph has not like embraced a villain role, never been a villain in the league. I guess you could say the Warriors were the villain in the league because they were the big dogs. Mostly perpetuated because of Draymond, though. But it's like, he was never the villain like a Bron, for example. But, like you said, he brings out the cocky shit. Let Tatum bring out the cocky shit. Like, if he tried to do some villain shit, I know you faking it. That's not really you. But if he brings out some cocky shit like that more often, I'll be like, all right. I fuck with it. I will start fucking with it. I might even start fucking with him. I might really start doing that shit. I don't know. I don't want to make no guarantees, but I might really start fucking with him. If he drops the humble shit, he drops the quiet shit, he drops the corny shit, and he does that shit like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I can't fuck with me. Yeah. They did the pops, nigga. And then I can't fuck with me.
Jaylen Brown did it too. He's like, fuck out of here.
Jaylen Brown always talks his shit though, and that's why I've always liked him. He's always been talking his shit,
you
bro.
You fucked up when Steph Curry takes his mouthpiece off.
Yeah.
And there's no dancing. That motherfucker be like, fuck yeah. Y'all
don't know who I am. Nah, my favorite one is, was it rookie Jaylen Brown or year 2 Jaylen Brown?
Oh,
he's like, that ass is mine. That ass is mine. That shit was funny as hell. He just kept playing. He said, that ass is mine. That shit was funny as hell. I think it was rookie because Jaylen Brown had the high top. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, Steph Curry used to piss me off with them celebrations. Like, when he'll hit like a half-court shot, he'll be like...
Okay, no, that one was...
Nah, that shit... my favorite one is just him shooting that shit and just turning around.
I was about to say, that counting to 3 and the turning around shit, I fucked with that.
I think he hit a 4-point play once, or he got fouled at a 3, made it. He was like, 4.
I like the All-Star game one too, where he's like, did it go in? Like, it was like a court side. He's like, did it go in? And they nodded, and then he just nodded. He just ran back on defense.
And then he got the fucking sleep shit in a chokehold.
The sleep shit is kind of cool. A little bit overplayed now. I think we should have kind of left it in 2022 and where it was, but it's kind of overplayed to me. But it was heat when he first started doing it, though. When he first brought it out.
I forgot which game it was in the regular season. Was it? I forgot who it was. It might have been the Suns last year. When they was playing and people was watching it live, like, hit the night on these motherfuckers. And then he hit it and they was like, yeah. That shit was crazy. The Olympic one that shit is iconic, bro.
The Olympic one is iconic as fuck, bro.
Especially when you get the fucking picture. That motherfucker was talking so much shit. It was crazy.
Bro, like, I'm telling you, man, like, remember, too, Durant, at a point in time on the Thunder, like, earlier Thunder, he was, like, a humble guy. Everyone really liked him. He was a university-like guy. He was a humble guy. He wasn't really, like, that big of a shit talker like he is now, going back and forth with Gary Payton. Maybe Tatum does that later on in his career.
Who the fuck did KD do that shit? I think he dunked on somebody who was like...
Yeah, I like this one. He's done that a couple times, though. That's not a one-time thing where he's running back on defense. He just goes like that. I'll fuck with that.
I remember when the first year LeBron and AD playing together, I love this celebration. They had this shit in a chokehold. Every time they body somebody, all you saw was...
even Russ with the
that shit was funny, but I love that shit. I remember when Lonzo hit a tough fadeaway on Pat Bev. And you could tell that shit was lucky as fuck. And Lonzo was like...
Bro, everybody was doing the too little, bro. Way too much for a point in time.
AD made that shit look cool, though. Because he was just having a nigga in the post fade. He'll just be like...
First year Bron AD was heat, nigga.
Shit was
I ain't gonna lie, bro. But maybe he does go through like a KD arc where later on, he's like, he just stops giving me a fuck. He's like, I'm gonna just say whatever the fuck I want. Remember when KD was like, people were calling like Durant and shit? He's like, I don't want that to be my nickname. I want my nickname to be the servant. Because I serve God. And niggas was like cooking him. You don't remember that shit?
Nah. I do remember the Durant.
He hated Durant. He's like, I want to be.
That shit was whack.
Just look that shit up later. He's like, I want to be called the servant. And he was like, that's a whack ass nickname, bro. That's worse than the anomaly. To be honest with you, the servant?
Where the fuck did the anomaly come from?
Celtics fans just made that shit up. I don't even know where it comes from. That's why I think the paradox is funny and better. Because the Pistons came up with it. Pistons fans came up with it to make fun of the anomaly. But it actually sounds cooler anyways, too.
Nah, the paradox.
The paradox. That shit sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It also reminds me of the nigga from DC.
Oh. Flashpoint Paradox?
Oh, wait, no, I'm bugging out. His name is Parallax.
Oh, Parallax.
Yeah, Parallax, not Paradox. I'm bugging out. Parallax, yeah. Close enough. But yeah, the Paradox is a tough nickname, bro. I fuck with it. Tatum, go hoop out. Tell me to stop talking shit about you. Paul George never proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. I will never say nothing bad about Tatum on the show again, bro. If he wins Finals MVP, dominating.
Yeah, if he plays like how he played last night, that motherfucker put up 92 fantasy last night.
I need fantasy points. I'm getting fraud. I'm getting fraud bad. I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see him though. Even if he, I know it's asking for a lot, but even if he could like recreate that Brooklyn series where he lost in 5, it would be hard for him to do it for like a whole postseason. But if he could do some shit like that, bro, that'd be tough. I can't say nothing to him. Average 30 whole postseason run. That'd be tough, bro. No one could say shit to you no more.
Especially if he averages like 30, 11, and 6. That'd be fucking
crazy. Oh my God.
Which he could do.
Even just 30, like 9 and 6, 38 and 7, 8 and 6. I wouldn't be able to say nothing, bro. That's elite numbers. I'm telling you, I would not be able to say shit about Tatum.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. And I'm happy he's been more aggressive this season. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, a couple episodes ago, I was like, you notice I haven't said much about Tatum this season because he's actually more aggressive now. Compared to last season, that's all I wanted. Stop taking them stupid ass jumpers with a low ass nigga on you at 6'3". Go the fucking rack, bro. That's it. That's all I wanted from you. Shout out to him though. I just want him to do his thing. He did have a great game. He's talking his shit. It backfired, but he had a great.
Shout out Donovan Mitchell. Hold on,
Celtics killer.
Shout out to Donovan Mitchell because we brought up that game. Have to give him his flowers. That motherfucker dropped 40 on the road. And another shout out, man. Shout out Ty Jerome. I fucking love that dude. Like, watching him play, I'm like, holy shit. My mom fucks with Ty Jerome. Yo, we was watching the Knicks Cavs game last Friday. That shit was funny because I can't say what she said because we'll get in trouble. But she's like, yo, that Ty Jerome kid is tough. And then the Grizzlies Cavs game, she watched that too. He was dogging.
Your mom is a Ty Jerome fan?
Nah, she's not a fan, but like we had the game on and she was like, she's peeped, like, yo, this kid is good.
That's just funny. Ty Jerome,
mad random
players. Yeah. Not no Darius Garland, no D Mitch. Ty Jerome.
Yeah, it's mad random. But he was dogging, so she was like, "Yo, this kid is pretty good."
Put some D Fox highlights in the fucking kitchen. She'll really be impressed.
That shit was funny, but shout out to him.
She'll definitely be impressed. Nah, yeah. Shout out to him though. Shout out to him. Speaking of the Cavs, speaking of the Celtics, speaking of contenders, let's get into this shit, Justin. You want to go bottom up, top down? How you want to do this, bro?
Pause. Let's go.
Pause what? What are we pausing?
What'd you say? Top down?
Yeah, you could talk about that standings wise, or you drive with the top down.
Let's go bottom up.
Can we please start with the West too, by the way?
Yeah, start with the West.
We're not doing certain teams in the East.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're not doing certain teams in the
Nick.
East.
Sorry, whoever's a Hawks fan.
We don't know any Hawks fans. I was trying to think. I was like, do we know any Hawks? Do we know any Trae Young fans? I don't believe so.
I only know when after they just played the Knicks and they'll come up to me and be like, "Yo, they really own y'all."
Who, Eric?
Eric, this other dude at work.
This guy, bro, Philly fan all of a sudden. He has to jack the Sixers.
No.
But he has to be a Sixers fan. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
he has to be a
Flag
Sixers
shit?
fan. No, fuck the Cooper Flag shit. He has to be a Sixers fan before Cooper Flag or anything. He wants to be an Eagles fan so badly, living in North Jersey, 10 minutes away from New York with traffic. He wants to be a Flyers fan, 10 minutes away from New York City with traffic. He has to be a Sixers fan. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear him say, I'm an OKC fan. I don't want to hear him say, I'm a Celtics fan. I don't want to hear him say any of this shit. I'm a Nuggets fan. Let him go all the way, bro. Be a fucking Sixers fan.
He said only if they get Cooper Flag.
No,
he's gonna be a Sixers.
That's bullshit, bro.
That's crazy.
That's bullshit.
That's crazy front running.
And if they don't get him, then what? He's just not going to have a team then? Or is it just going to be whoever gets Cooper Flag?
Crazy, before the Sixers, he was like, I might join the Pistons.
And then he saw them suck. And then he missed his time.
No, but this was this season.
Before it started?
No, this was like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he just likes when teams are good, bro. No, we're not doing that. I'm not respecting him as a Hoops fan.
He's trying to go to a team where like, I'm like, yo, if you really want to go to a team where it's like, there's no like struggle years, you can only really pick the Celtics. That's it.
And just real quick.
And he just missed the Eagles era where it was like struggle.
Trash.
Yeah.
He joined when they had a super team.
Like he became a fan the year they went to the Super Bowl.
He became a fan. When was it? When Dave cut the promo, he's like, bro.
It was the 22 season.
I know, but what point in the season though? When there was like 7-0, I think it was when he's like, I'm an Eagles fan now.
Yeah.
It was
like week 7 or week 9, some shit.
There was like 7-0, 8-0. Yeah, he was 7-0, 8-0. He's like, I'm an Eagles fan now. Yeah. What are we doing? Are we serious?
That was crazy.
No, we're not doing that. By the way, I know we sound...
That's like becoming a Heat fan during the 27-game winning streak.
Yeah, what are we doing? I know it sounds kind of biased because the Magic are slightly ahead of the Hawks and they both under 500, but I'm sorry. We gotta respect the Magic more than the Hawks.
Yeah, I respect the Magic more.
We're going to discuss the Magic. We're not going to discuss the Hawks. We're only talking about first-round matchups, like Justin said. The best and worst matchup for these guys to advance or not advance. Again, only realistic ones. So obviously, we know OKC is not going to see the Nuggets in the first round. It's impossible. They're the 1 and 2 or the 1 and 3 seed. They're not going to see each other in the first round. It's not feasibly possible. The Nuggets won't fall that far. If it's within reason, I say like the 6th seed is 2 games above the 8th seed, 2 games above the play-in. We'll give them consideration as facing a 1 or 2 seed. You feel me? So that's how we're going to do it. It has to be within reason. We're not going to say, oh, this 4 seed's best matchup could be this 9 seed. Well, they're not going to fucking play each other because this 4 seed has no chance of being the 1 seed and this 9 seed has no chance of being the 5 seed. So just being logical. Let's start with the West though, Justin. You said which way you want to do it?
Bottom up. Pause.
Bottom up. The Kings. I'll let you go first because I'm resident Kings Glazer. I want to hear what you say first.
Well, starting off with best matchup, I mean, for them to win the play-in, say they win that first game, they'll be what, the 7th seed?
We're not gonna address the elephant in the room.
What?
I mean, could face the Grizzlies. We're a game and a half out of the 6th seed.
Okay, yeah. I'm taking this shit at like face value. That would be their best case scenario if they played Memphis in round 1. Yeah, because that shit is very close. Even the Lakers could fuck around and get the 2 seed. But for the Kings, the best matchup first round for them would be the Grizzlies. Worst case,
We all know.
worst case is dead ass. They lose the first playing game and they got to play OKC in round 1. Or if Denver stays at 2 and they get the 7th seed.
I think they'd rather see Denver than OKC.
But is it possible for them to get the 7th seed where they're at?
I mean, right now, they are 1 game out of the 8th seed, game and a half out of the tied 6 and 7 seed.
Well, yeah, it's possible.
They're right there.
But I'm just...
But from the 10 seed, no, you can't get the 7 seed. You only get the 8 seed. You have to win both your games
I'm
for the
just
8.
thinking about, like, literally, if this shit started today...
They have to grab the 8 seed.
They're going to be the 8 seed.
Like, within reason, I mean, like, if they was to rise and shit, to me, their best case scenario, just because of how they play, it has to be the Lakers, bro. No big man. And I would need Sabonis to be aggressive. We've never seen him really be that aggressive offensively in the playoffs. This would have to be his fucking time to shine. Has to be, because I'm sorry, you're not dominating the Thunder down low.
No.
And Zach LaVine, picking it up. I can respect it, picking it up, but man, not enough. He's not like De'Aaron Fox, and he's not going to stop nobody. Unfortunately, he's not going to stop Luka, but he's also not going to stop Shea. He's not going to stop any of those guys. So you might as well give Sabonis the best chance to not only stop a Jackson Hayes trash center, then have him guard iHeart and Chet, or guard fucking Jokic, or even get guarded by Triple J.
I gave the Lakers some thought. Yeah, they have no center. But it's tough because I think about it like this. Even as bad as Jackson Hayes is, I don't think he's going to be closing for them like in the playoffs. Like, I could see the Lakers closing lineup being Bron, Luka, Reeves. Get well soon, by the way, Reeves.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
And then either Rui, Finney-Smith, or Vando. Like, one of those guys. If it's Rui at the 5, because they've been teasing that shit a lot. Like, Rui at the 5, like small ball 5. Sabonis, you don't have to go out there and guard that motherfucker because he will space out.
Both ways, though.
Yeah, but...
Rui has to guard him.
Yeah, but then also, the biggest X factor in that series for them would be Keon Ellis.
I was about to say, Keon Ellis, this will have to be your coming out party, and you got to try to slow down Luka.
Because with that lineup, bro, I'm sorry. Zach LaVine, DeMar, Malik, you guys are all going to get fried.
You got to throw Keegan on Bron and then Keon on Luka and pray.
Yeah, and just pray. And even then, Keon is too fucking small for Luka. So it's like, I don't really like that matchup for the Kings. I said the Grizzlies just because Ja hasn't been the same Ja this year. So we're gonna see if he we've had a big sample size to show that.
We've had 50 something
Yeah,
games.
he's not gonna turn into fucking superstar Ja Morant in the playoffs. But you have to slow him down even more than what he is now. And then Jaren Jackson, as good as he is, I don't see him averaging fucking 29 in a series. So I feel like that's the one where it's like, if you could match them offensively, which I think you could, and then just get timely stops, because it's going to be there. Because they don't really have the consistent like guy that's going to come down the floor and get you a bucket. What I will say is, though, Ja Morant, like, as up and down as he's been, that motherfucker, I've seen it up multiple times this year, but he'll be like 6 for 19, but he'll make the biggest shot.
The biggest one of the game.
So that's something you have to take into account. But like I said, it comes down to timely stops. So I would like that matchup a little bit more for them because Sabonis could dominate the glass on Jaren Jackson. Like,
him and Edie combined, he would out-rebound them both.
Yeah, they're not fucking with Sabonis right there.
My only fear, though, the boards, that's not the problem. The problem with that I'm concerned about is Jaren Jackson Jr., DPOY level threat, guarding him. And then also stepping out to the perimeter, guarding a fucking DeMar DeRozan as well.
Yeah.
So shut him down, and then also shut down Sabonis as well.
Yeah.
That's my concern. That is by far my biggest concern. I know like the Grizzlies, like you said, they don't have superstar this year. Unless John Morant comes out hooping in the playoffs, you feel me? He can. It's possible he come out, maybe average 27. Jaren Jackson Jr., like you said, not going to come out with 29. Not even going to come out with like 26. Let's be real. We'll be happy with a cool 24. If I'm a Grizzlies fan, I'd be happy with a cool 24 in a series from him. But if I'm a Kings fan, I don't want Sabonis to see Triple J either. Just in terms of defensively. The boards, obviously, he'll get 15. But like points and shit like that, I'm concerned.
I wonder if they'll put Edie on Sabonis and just have
Jaren Jackson help
side.
Yes.
And
yes.
Then you could alternate Edie with Brandon Clark and then just have him help side.
He would give DeMar problems, bro.
You imagine Jaren on DeMar would be like, fuck.
DeMar would be in prison.
Yeah.
That would be bad for him, bro. With all due respect, I love Keegan Murray, but Keegan Murray is not really going to be like a threat they really have to worry about.
It's going to be all on Zach and Malik,
who can't guard.
And Zach is going to be guarded by probably either Bane or Jalen Wells.
I miss Fox, bro. If Fox was here,
I
would say Grizzlies, easiest matchup. You feel me? Fox not here though.
If Fox was here, this could have been one where like y'all could steal. But
I wish, bro. But for me, just reiterating, best case for me, Lakers. Worst case, I only want to pick one. I don't want to do two. I would say more so the Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't want to hand out too much Thunders though, to be honest with you. But this one, I'm gonna say the Thunder. I'm gonna use one of my Thunder picks.
Yeah.
Next up, T-Wolves. Again, within striking distance of the 6th seed. They could vary anywhere between 6 and 9. So with them, Justin, a lot of people, by the way, I need to clear this up. Stop thinking that they're the Nuggets stoppers and the Jokic stoppers. It was different last year.
Yeah.
I feel like people are underrating what Cat did and the contributions that he had defensively. Like, they had the 3 7-footers. That shit worked for a reason. It's not the same this year.
Yeah, it's not.
So I feel like a lot of people are like saying that, oh, don't be surprised if the Timberwolves take out the Nuggets. Are you crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is not the same fucking team as last year. I'm sorry, Julius Randle's not checking Jokic like Cat did last year. I know Cat's not doing good with us, but the thing is, Gobert was helping hide his deficiencies. Cat's all out there by himself on an island with us. This is completely different, bro. And I'm sorry, Gobert's not going to hide Randle's defensive deficiencies like he did with Cat. Cat actually gives the effort.
Yeah.
Randle don't.
And y'all might have to sit Randle the fuck down. The way that they've been playing. Because they look fucking a lot better.
Nas Reed Hall of Fame free agency pickup for me. Him and Trey Murphy. Thank God y'all was free agents, bro.
Yeah.
Goats for me. Timberwolves. Best case scenario. Run it back, man. Run it back. The Grizzlies. Run it back.
I feel like we're gonna see a lot of Grizzlies. Bring your ass here.
Hey. We're gonna see some Rockets soon though. Because the Rockets can move up to 2 and 3. They're right there. They're 2 games out of they're a game and a half out of the 2 seed. So we can consider the Rockets as one of these high players, but even then, I would still say the Grizzlies are an easier matchup than the Rockets for the Timberwolves specifically. Ant would eat these motherfuckers up, bro.
Yeah, he would.
I'm sorry. And then Gobert is gonna dominate the boards. Nas Reed is gonna give him issues when he has some spurts. Hopefully, consistently too as well. Because I want to see Nas Reed win consistently, bro.
Yeah.
I want him to be a mainstay. Like, he's proving it right now. With Randle gone, he's proving like, yo, I can be the guy. Like, pay me, don't pay him, pay me. And I hope they make the right move. They should make the right move. It's an easy move. So I hope they keep him. I think they have more than enough tools to beat the Grizzlies. Again, this isn't me saying like they are like by far going to smoke the Grizzlies or anything. I'm just saying this is their best chance to get out the first round. It's going to be the Grizzlies.
I feel like my only concern, I'm not saying with this matchup specifically, but just for the Timberwolves in general, would be those possessions. Well, we've seen it a lot this year, but when Ant gets blitzed and he gets double teamed,
The playmaking.
who's going to be that second that second guard because Mike Conley's old as fuck, and sometimes they don't even like close with him, and he don't even look to be aggressive at times. Do they? I know they had Dillingham out there when they came back on Monday against the Thunder, but is he gonna see playoff minutes? I highly doubt, like real playoff minutes. So you're gonna be asking Jaden McDaniels or Nickeil Alexander-Walker to have those ball handling duties when Ant gets blitzed, and do you trust them to create something out of nothing? So that'll be kind of my only concern there. But Ant would really have his way with these motherfuckers, and Gobert is going to dominate the glass,
100%,
and he's going to anchor the paint.
Mm-hmm.
And having a guy like Naz Reid, the way he's been playing since Julius Randle's been out, it's only going to be a lot better because he's going to offer more spacing. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's been playing great too as of late, so he's going to be another factor. Jaden McDaniels has been a little bit more aggressive, so I think the Timberwolves have the recipe to take down the Grizzlies. I would just tell Randle to stay home. Don't even come back.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so sad too. Just a little sign on Randle. I feel so sad because literally right before the Cat trade, I think it was like a week or two before the Cat trade, we was really talking about like, damn, what does Randle have to do to get his jersey retired? And then we shipped him off. You remember that? And we was like, damn, he might be able to pass Melo. We shipped him off right after that episode, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to him.
Shout out DiVincenzo just came back.
What do you think about the worst matchup though for the Timberwolves?
Worst matchup? I'll probably say the Nuggets. I don't want to say OKC because obviously OKC would beat them. I just think they could OKC would beat them, but I feel like they could kind of test OKC, and that could be like a 6-game series. And then I'm gonna just say the Nuggets just because everything it took last year with Cat, Gobert, everybody being on the same page. You don't have Cat this year. Jokic would just have his way, and I think having that Christian Brown improvement this year on top of what Westbrook's been able to give you this year, I think it's just a different level. So maybe they could get a game because like they're familiar and shit like that, but I feel like the Nuggets this time around would have their way with them.
I took Lakers out of the picture because Austin Reeves gone, of course. Still need the timetable, but Braun, and Luka offensively, gonna torture Gobert. They're gonna torture Gobert. So that's already off the table. Like, okay, fine, go. Whoa, you have to guard Jackson Hayes. Whoa, anchor the defense. Like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Come out here. You got to guard one of us three. Come out here. We're going to keep trying.
I didn't say them just because, like, granted, it's regular season, but I always feel like every time Lakers and Timberwolves play, it is a fucking close game. So I didn't even say them because I'm like, that shit could literally go either way. But the Nuggets, I'm like, we saw it.
I'm stuck between them two. I took out the Thunder, though, because I think that, like you said, they could test them, but not even just in the sense that you're saying. I'm going to let you finish, though. But just in the sense, I think they could really be one of the teams that test, like, all right, show us who's going to create your shots. That's not Shea. Do it. Show us who's going to create your own shots besides Shea. Do it. J-Dub, go. Create your own shot.
Yeah. They could really, like...
Go ahead, hey. Someone else go create your shot.
They could really push the Thunder.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going...
Not beat them, but, like...
Not beat them?
But really be like, hey, beat us another way. Someone else create your own fucking offense. Somebody else. Yeah. They're capable of doing that.
Not beat them, but it'll be like, damn, it's round one. And Shea, yo, I got to get tape. J-Dub, yo, we got to go get tape because this shit is crazy.
Jeez, bro. That's why, to me, it's the Lakers, just because of those three. Offensively, though. Defensively. But again, like you said, Ant getting blitzed, though. Playmaking, abhorrent. I'm sorry to say abhorrent. I would love to see it improve in the distant future. Currently, right now, though, abhorrent. But they'll be able to manage more than manage enough on offense. And then the Nuggets, like you said, as I already mentioned prior, because, again, you're not the Nugget stoppers. You're not the Jokic stoppers. Look at the personnel you had last year compared to this year. So I'm stuck between the two. Since you said the Nuggets, I'll say the Lakers are the worst matchup. Luka tortured Gobert.
Yeah.
Last playoffs.
Yeah.
LeBron is more than capable of torching Gobert. And even someone of Austin Reeves' stature, respect to him, was playing great up until, of course, the unfortunate injury. But even Austin Reeves, who's been hooping incredibly since Luka got there, he would fuck up Gobert on that perimeter. It's torture. Three incredible ball handlers who could create their own shots and really pull out Gobert. Yeah, good luck.
And
Good luck with that.
Even last year when we talk about the Jokic stoppers, how many times did we see the Nuggets blow them out? Even with that structure that they had. Now they're not the same team now.
The biggest moment of that series to me, that will always stick with me, is the Gobert fadeaway in crunch time.
Oh, that was crazy.
Bro.
I'll never forget that shit.
This nigga pulled out a fadeaway in the playoffs and made it.
I remember they were like, oh yeah, they're winning now.
Yeah, that's when I know. I was like, they can't lose.
That shit was crazy.
They could not lose. The next team, Justin, we got the Dallas Mavericks. What parameters are we setting? Because to be honest with you, I'm tired of Dallas Mavericks like overhyped because people keep saying, Mavs, if healthy, are contenders. Mavs with everybody back are this and this. And it's like, okay, well, you would have a valid point if these guys had 1 week injuries.
Yeah.
Some of these guys aren't coming back till the end of the season or the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what parameters do you want to set on this team? Do you want to?
I mean, if we go as currently constructed, like they're not beating
cooked.
nobody.
They're cooked. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
we have to at least give him AD. Because AD, we know he's going to come back soon enough.
What about Gafford?
But I'm talking like Gafford is going to come back close to the end of the season.
Okay.
Lively, I think it's round 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Lively, I believe, is coming back round 1. Do I even have to comment on Powell?
No.
He said no.
Here's what I'll say.
Mad quick, you said no.
If everyone's healthy,
give him Gafford and AD, but we're not giving them Lively.
If everyone's healthy outside of Lively, I think their best matchup would be Houston.
That's actually a good pick. I like that pick.
Worst case scenario, the fucking damn, what is a worst case? Actually, no. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is the fucking Lakers.
Oh, I had a different answer.
Luka, first round. Whoo, that motherfucker is gonna average 35.
I have a different answer. That's a good point.
And he's gonna be super motivated. Yeah, give me the Lakers because I didn't want to say the other guys.
Best case scenario, bro. Let's give him AD. I like the Rockets shout out. We finally picked on the Rockets. I kind of feel bad picking on these guys again, but I might have to do Memphis again. I have to do Memphis.
I was trying to get away from them.
I want to leave them alone. I think after this, I'm going to leave them alone. But it has to be Memphis, bro. Low key, like Memphis, even though they're the 3rd seed and like they might finish off as the 2nd seed, like I view them and Houston as the same tier. I really don't think Memphis. I've told mad people this many, many, many times. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, I just can't take Memphis seriously to beat these teams in the West. I can't see Memphis beating the Lakers. I can't see Memphis beating the Nuggets. I can't see Memphis beating OKC.
Yeah, they're not in the contender
Shit.
tier.
Can I trust the Nuggets to beat the Timberwolves? I don't know. I can't confidently say that the 3 seed that could be the 2 seed, they're a game behind the 2 seed, can confidently beat the Timberwolves who are the 9 seed.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I shouldn't be saying that. But I'm just being honest. But again, bro, like AD feasting. And that's both sides. Kyrie, feasting as the second option. Feasting. Max Christie, more than capable of doing his thing. Come get your 15 to 17 points. He could go do his thing. But my main thing, though, Kyrie, I think Kyrie can explode for a cool 24, 25, and that would be like highlighted the most. But I truly do think AD would dominate on every facet of the game. Scoring, rebounding, and defense. I believe he would absolutely dominate. Triple J, you ain't doing shit. We saw, like bro, again, we saw AD with, I don't want to like say worse, but let's be real, worse defensive pieces around him, engineer an entire defense and cook the Grizzlies and then cook the Warriors. Him as that one man fucking anchor for the defense. These are better defensive pieces, bro. I think he fucking them up on every facet of the game. Worst case scenario, I like the Luka shout. That's more than understandable. I understand that. It does make sense as well. I'm gonna go with the guy who's still, no matter how great of defense AD plays on him, he still gives him problems. I'm still gonna go with the Nuggets, no matter what. AD plays the best defense of his life against Jokic. It does not matter.
Yeah.
You're still gonna see 30, 11, and 9. It's inevitable. The only problem is, instead of Braun being your running mate, no disrespect to Kyrie Irving, but it's Kyrie Irving. It's levels to shit. It's a completely different setup. So I don't think that they have anything close to the tools of even taking Denver to 5. I don't think they would take a game off of Denver. They'll scrap with Memphis. They could take Memphis to 6. They might even beat Memphis in 6. Not even lose. They might beat Memphis in 6. But the Nuggets, I can't see them taking a game. They're getting fried. I like the Lakers one too. Lakers will give them issues, but I think the Nuggets would fry the motherfuckers badly. And I would feel bad too for AD because I know AD will play the greatest defense of his life. And he'll be tired out, bro. He might not have the energy for offense. And I'll be fucking tight too if I'm him. These guys, the Warriors, who I kind of want to comment on the side. 7-1 with Jimmy Butler. Curry spazzing with Jimmy. I'm going to talk about Curry later. Just had a 50-ball masterclass. Incredible. Like I said with Jayson Tatum, need to add context. Can we look at the teams that they beat Justin? They lost to Dallas once.
Yeah.
And then beat them. They're not even close to full strength. They beat the Bulls. Not comp. They beat the Bucks. Okay comp. That's fine. They beat the Rockets. That's good comp. The Kings, not good comp. The Hornets, not good comp. Terrible comp. And then the Magic. This upcoming stretch, they're going to see some really good teams. They're going to see us twice. They're going to see the Lakers. I know we've been picking on them a lot now, but they're going to see the Grizzlies.
They're going to see the Pistons.
Did I say the Lakers already, by the way?
Yeah.
What did I say? Did I say the Nuggets already? Nuggets twice. I have it written down. Nuggets twice, Knicks twice, Lakers, and the Grizzlies. That's the toughest games left. But they do have some gimmies as well.
I'll throw the Pistons in there too.
Pistons as well. And they have a couple gimmies though as well in the mix. So they got some really tough ass games, and they got a couple of gimmies.
Would be Spurs.
I think they got a Pelicans game.
Pelicans.
And they have a Blazers game.
Hawks.
But I don't even want to call the Blazers a gimme anymore.
Blazers are not a gimme.
They're not a gimme anymore.
Not a gimme. Oh, they got the Hornets. That's a gimme. Sixers are a gimme.
Sad.
Oh, they got the Sixers
today.
That's a gimme.
That's a win.
Hornets is a gimme. Nets. It depends what Nets you get on what day, but most
Nets
likely
always fucking play up.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, that's not a gimme. If you're an above 500 team, the Nets are not an easy game. If you're below 500, that's an easy game.
Raptors low key are not even a gimme either.
I don't want to comment on that one. I don't know about that.
It's weird.
But my thing is, yeah, like I see Warriors fans are celebrating.
Here we go.
What's wrong?
It says Giants could trade up to number 1.
Why?
I don't know.
Just get Matthew Stafford.
Nah, he already signed an extension with the Rams yesterday.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, sucks for you guys.
Yeah, he wanted $50 million.
Enjoy it.
Nah, but they was talking about trading our draft pick, our number 3 pick for Stafford. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's
shit.
crazy.
And then we would have to pay him.
Enjoy Shador. Going for 3,400 yards.
That's looking like what's going to happen.
3,400 yards. Not bad, but not great. 3,400.
Man.
I feel bad for you guys. You guys are getting this high-ass draft pick now.
I just want Travis Hunter.
In the worst QB class.
I just want Travis Hunter.
Tank for Lenore Sellers, bro. You'll thank me later.
That's what, 2 years from now?
Yeah, if he declares after junior year. So,
Yeah.
27 draft, right?
That's going to be the stack draft.
He'll play 25. He'll be a sophomore. 26, he'll be a junior. 27 draft class. Tank for him, man. Just forfeit the next 2 seasons. Wait for Lenore Sellers. Y'all be good.
They're not going to do that.
They should, though.
The GM and coach are desperate to save their job.
Yeah, all right. Then go shoot for 9 wins. Maybe make the playoffs. Maybe not, but be good enough or like above 500 type of shit. Or get 10 wins, make the playoffs, and lose the first game. save their jobs, but what the fuck is that gonna do for you in the future?
Uh,
Just wait for my boy Lenore Sellers, bro. He will change your franchise. He will become your best QB in history. I promise you. That will be your GOAT QB. And he'll win an MVP too.
you should tweet that and pin it.
That Lenore Sellers as a Giant would be the best QB ever. Or that he'll win an MVP.
That he'll win an MVP.
I don't think he'll be a Heisman winner, but he'll win MVP. Soon enough. Imagine I tweet that shit now.
You should.
I tweet that shit now. Motherfucker's not even close to making the league. Because what if he just has a shit... He had a good freshman year, but he just has a shit sophomore year, though. That would look bad, bro. And it has a bad junior year. Drops far on some Carson Beck shit.
That would be crazy, yeah.
Yeah, let me wait. When he declares, I'll say he's going to be an MVP. Or before his junior year, I'll say he's going to be an MVP one day. Deadass. I'll do it then. But I have to remember that somehow. I'm going to have to put that as a reminder for 2 years from now.
Tweet Lenore Sellers.
Tweet Lenore Sellers is finna be an MVP. Yeah, imagine I look at that shit, I'm like, damn, he sucks now.
Or unless you do the Derrick Rose and tweet like, why can't Lenore Sellers win the Heisman?
Why can't Lenore Sellers win MVP?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers like, he's not even in the league yet. But sticking with the Warriors though, yeah, the fans are celebrating. Like, of course, wins are wins. You want to win the games that you're supposed to. That's why I don't put too much stock into people saying, oh, the Knicks can't beat the top 3 teams. Well, at least we're beating who we're supposed to. That's a good thing. I'm happy when you're allowed to beat the teams that you're supposed to. You don't drop those games against the ass teams. However, let's not jump the gun and talk about championships and contendership.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. You 7-1 against decent and mid and bad comp. Just being honest with you. Best case scenario for the Warriors. They could go up to 6. So you could either see anyone between the Thunder and the Rockets. Damn. This might be where I pull my Rockets card as best case scenario. It sounds crazy because I glaze on men a lot. Shout out to Excellency.
Isn't it just excellence?
It's excellence. I thought it was excellency. Shout out to Excellence, my boy Excellence. I think he would give Curry some problems, but I think Curry could overcome that. I ain't gonna lie. I've given Curry a lot of shit this season, but I think he could overcome that.
They might just let him in shoot.
Yeah, just play off of him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Jalen Green, hey, we're battle tested. Fuck you gonna do?
Yeah.
Draymond too. Oh my God, Draymond talking shit at Şengün. Şengün's European, technically.
Hold on.
Turkish people are European.
Yeah, Jalen Green, good luck having to score against Jimmy Butler. And he's talking shit to you. Amen Thompson, we gonna leave you wide the fuck open. We just gonna funnel Şengün and just pack the paint. And then Şengün, you just gonna have to listen to Draymond talk shit for 4 games.
You're gonna let Draymond Green and Ric Flair chop you in the chest, bro. He's European. So yeah, that's really their worst matchup. Young kids versus the dying dynasty, but they got all the experience in the world, including Jimmy Butler as well.
Old dogs.
What's up?
The old dogs.
Yeah, the old dogs, but they still got a little bit left in the tank. As Curry's showing me, he's proving me wrong. Jimmy's doing his thing. Draymond's still doing his thing. I think them 3 have enough to take him down. They got the experience. Come bucket. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah. And if Freddie is out there, Curry and Jimmy gonna be like, bring that ass here. Jalen Green too. Bring that ass here.
Oh yeah, and oh my God, who was talking shit last year?
Tari Eason.
Oh yeah. Draymond's gonna be on his ass too.
And then you know Dylan Brooks and Draymond fight.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
That's gonna be that would be awesome. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like if that series was to happen, Dylan Brooks is gonna kind of be their hero,
their enforcer.
Yeah.
Yo, Adam Silver should try to rig that shit and make that happen. I don't know how, but rig that series to happen.
Yeah,
make them the 3 and 6 seed.
That is the best case scenario for the fucking Warriors.
Oh, so you agree as well?
Yeah.
All right, that's a W.
Worst case scenario, I'm gonna say Denver.
I'm gonna say OKC. All those guys to throw at Steph.
Yeah, you got Shea.
And some of them are actually experienced.
Yeah.
Not afraid of the moment. MVP candidate. And I'm sorry, like, you don't got guys to stop Jimmy. Stop Jimmy Butler. Stop Shea. Jimmy's not gonna stop him.
Yeah.
There's not no Jalen Green assignment. There's not no Fred assignment. There's not no Dylan Brooks assignment. None of those guys. This is the potential MVP or the runner-up.
And then Draymond got to deal with Chet and Hartenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck.
Too small. They're too small.
Yeah, they're gonna be too small.
It's gonna be way too small. But that's also why I understand your Nuggets pick as well. Jokic feasting.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Draymond. You're not going.
Either or problems.
You got Aaron Gordon and Jokic. Good luck.
Problems, bro. Those are the two very worst teams. Not just because they're the top two seeds, but just because of personnel.
Yeah.
Actual personnel. Curry struggling, bro. That's in the series he struggles. Way more.
Oh yeah.
Respect to Amen. Amen's a better defender, in my opinion, than anyone on the Thunder. Him and Dort is close, but to me, Amen is like one of the best fucking defenders on the planet right now. And I said that before he was getting serious burn. Like really before he started popping off. But OKC just has way more of those to throw at him.
Yeah.
Once you sit one out, it's like Hydra, bro. Cut one head off, two more appear, bro. That's OKC with defenders on the perimeter. Curry's gonna struggle. The worst guy guarding Curry is gonna be fucking J-Dub. And they starting lineup. That is ridiculous.
And there's nobody on OKC that you could really leave. I mean, Dort, teams are going to leave him open.
But he's going to end up making them eventually, especially in 1 or 2 games.
But if you have a lineup, I mean, if you sacrifice his defense, but if you throw like Wiggins or Joe out there, you literally won't have anybody that you could sack off of.
No. They have pieces for every situation. But to me, the main thing is the defense.
Because that was the problem with Giddey last year. You couldn't play him.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unplayable, bro. What about your reasons for the Nuggets, though, besides just the Aaron Gordon and the Jokic shit, them being too small?
You're going to have Christian Brown on Curry. Not saying he's going to stop him, but he's going to be
He'll do his thing.
Super hyped up to do it. And then when he gets out, you're going to have Peyton Watson, another bigger defender to throw at him. And I think Aaron Gordon, low key, I don't think he'll stop Jimmy, but I think he could kind of bother Jimmy. Because he's a bigger dude, physical, and I think he could bother Jimmy if they're matched up together. And they're also another team where it's like, yeah, they're really too fucking small. Because Draymond is gonna have his way on. I mean, Jokic is gonna have his way on Draymond or fucking Trace Jackson Davis. Yeah, good luck. And help side, who's gonna be help side? Good fucking luck.
Good luck.
And even if you try to, you can't double him. Cause yeah, MPJ is gonna hit fucking 6 threes.
No assists.
Yeah, no assists. Jamal Murray gonna go off for like 23. And then that pick and roll is gonna be tough. Especially if Curry's on Jamal Murray and he brings Draymond up. Good fucking night, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
You want Jamal Murray and Draymond on the switch or Curry and Jokic on the
Want to hear
post?
something funnier? AirPods on Jamal Murray. You might get fried. That shit's even worse, bro. Yeah. AirPods on Jamal Murray would be even worse, bro. Next team is, I'm not gonna lie, probably the most weird team to me in both conferences to kind of evaluate the Clippers. Again, parameters. What are we setting, Justin? Are we giving them Kawhi?
Like healthy Kawhi or just like playoff Kawhi?
Like, I don't even know what to
Has Kawhi even dropped 30 yet this year?
I don't know what to give him. I don't know if to give him just Kawhi and he's out there. And from what we've seen, I don't know if to give him like, fully rested Kawhi and he's the regular Kawhi. Like, I don't know what to give them. That's the problem with this team.
I don't even think Kawhi's dropped 30.
And I don't even know if we should give them Kawhi, period. It's either we give him Kawhi and he's regular Kawhi, we give him Kawhi that we've seen all season, or we don't give him at all.
I'm going to give him Kawhi, but I don't think I'm going to give him.
But from what we've seen.
From what we've seen, because he hasn't even dropped 30 yet this year.
Is there a best case scenario then by that point? They got the defense. They still got Harden. They got Norman Powell. They still got Zubats, right? But I'm not seeing a best case scenario. Are you seeing a single best case scenario? Like, hey, this is our best chance to get out the first round.
I hate to do it to him, but it's like, damn. I feel like their best case would deadass be either Houston or Memphis.
And even then, I
And
can't
even
lie.
then, it's not like
Because when I talk shit and I say Memphis can't beat anybody in the West, Houston might not be able to beat many teams in the West. That's the one team they can both beat.
yeah.
So,
And even then,
and that's your best case.
if they play Memphis, that shit is going like 6, 7 probably.
7? I
I
don't
probably
6.
gassed it. I'll say 6.
I would say 5 or 6.
Like Clippers winning 5?
No,
Oh,
Grizzlies are winning.
yeah. I'll
With
say
Kawhi
6.
doing what he's doing right now, no.
I'll say 6.
No.
But it's tough, bro. Cause like we talked about Anthony Edwards. Well, it's a couple things, bro. Like you blitz James Harden, good fucking night. Cause I have that motherfucker in fantasy. There's too many nights where he goes 6 for 22, 5 for 18. And yeah, he'll have the 10 assists, but he's also gonna have 7 turnovers. Norman Powell is as great as he's been. Do you think it'll translate to the playoffs? 24 points a game, and they're literally watching film on you for 4 to 7 games. I don't know.
Every game.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna average 24. Actually, not even that. I don't know. I know he's not gonna average 24.
Struggle.
And then Kawhi Leonard, he hasn't shown that he's been the old Kawhi Leonard yet. So that's gonna be tough. And you factor in all the people they could throw at James Harden in that series, it's gonna be tough. Like you have Bane, you have Jalen Wells, Vince Williams just came back, and then all the firepower that the Grizzlies have, like Aldama, Gigi Jackson, like it's just a lot of things. Like Jay Huff, it's Scottie Pippen Jr. Like there's mad. You still have mad people available.
Shout out to his mom.
I think the one thing is like Ty Lue would have to have like a coaching masterclass, like defensively. Like
He's capable.
He's capable. You're gonna have to have Derrick Jones on Ja like all day. And I think Ja would struggle. I really think he'll do. But it's gonna come down to can you trust James Harden? Like I can't say it at this point in time. Can you trust James Harden to make timely and winning plays? Norman Powell to do that when Kawhi isn't superhero Kawhi and saving the day? No.
I was scared with what you were about to say because you said, "Can I expect James Harden?" I was really hoping you weren't going to say, "Be vintage James." I'm glad you didn't say it because I was going to say, I think we need to put that away.
Oh, hell no.
Can't expect no 35 from him and save the day.
But yeah, my thing is, I'm like, could you expect James Harden to be a game manager where he's not losing you the game, but he can make timely plays down the stretch where like, yo, I'm going to bring us home because Kawhi don't got it and Norman Powell don't got it.
Can he give us 20 and 8 with less than 4 turnovers? In crunch time, too, is he going to deliver as well?
And I don't trust him.
I don't know.
I don't trust him to do that.
I don't know.
The only way you're winning this is if you have superhero Kawhi and masterclass Ty Lue coaching.
And maybe, like 2 surprise Norman Powell games.
And then also Zubac, he might fuck around and struggle. Because he's not the level of Jokic.
Good season so far,
yeah,
but
great
playoffs
season.
is going to change.
It's going to change because I know Edie will be on you, but best believe Jaren Jackson going to be right
behind
there.
him.
And once Edie's out, Brandon Clark you're going to have to deal with.
Yep.
And then Jay Huff. Like, it's not going to stop. There's going to be a different beast. And especially when they got somebody like Jalen Wells to bother James Harden, those pick and rolls, it's not going to be as fun. It's not going to be as open as they were in the regular season. Yep. It's going to be a lot different. And you're going to be out of rhythm, so it's going to be tough.
I think we're going to see Harden average 5 turnovers. No funny shit. No matter who he plays to be honest with you. Doesn't have to be no incredible defensive team. I think we're going to see him average 4.5, 5 turnovers in the playoffs.
It might be worse if they play the fucking the Rockets, too.
If he plays the Rockets...
Men guarding him?
Men, Dylan Brooks. Tanner.
Them trapping him.
He might have an 8 turnover game.
Yeah.
He really might have an 8 turnover game. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't like either of those options.
He's cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He might be cooked. He's cooked for this playoffs. Clippers are cooked for this playoffs. I'm sorry to say it. I want to see superstar Kawhi back. I think from what we've seen, might be gone. Hate to say it. He's getting older. Great memories. Might be gone. I think we could kind of put it in the coffin now, unfortunately. Yeah. Clippers era kind of coming down to an end when it comes to Kawhi. Like this was again kind of just to reiterate what Daryl Morey said, like with the Sixers shit. Like, hey, if we could just get Paul George to be Paul George for half of his contract, like we're good. Well, Kawhi delivered on his first half of his Clippers stint, and you guys didn't win anything. We're in the back half where he's supposed to be low key chilling. You guys have already won a championship, and this is where it's like chilling. You're just honoring him and shit. Like the after days, the end of like a championship run. The window is slowly closing, and this is when it shuts. We have nothing to show for it. A Western Conference Finals appearance.
Yeah.
That's the best you got. The very best you got. Worst case scenario for them? Anybody. That's the worst part. And it's so crazy because we gave the Kings a chance. We gave the Mavs a chance. We gave all these teams a chance. These guys are the 6th seed, and it's like, I'm not confident in them doing anything to anybody. I'm just confident in them just getting dominated by anybody in the West right now.
Yeah.
Even teams below them, if they were to face them in a series, which is impossible, obviously. But even like a Mavericks would cook them. You feel me? The Kings would give them issues. Like teams below them would give them issues if they met in a 7-game series. I'm not confident in the Clippers at all. I'm voting no confidence. If I had to do worst case scenario though, damn, like you said, it might be the Rockets, bro. It might be the Rockets. I'm just thinking about Amen and Dylan Brooks trapping Harden, bro, and him trying to pass it out. It's just another turnover. He's cooked.
Yeah.
Rockets. This is kind of where our options are limited. It's only stuck between that 1 and 4, well, 2 and 4. So right now we can only choose between the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, and the Lakers. Out of those 3, who is their best and worst option for the Rockets?
Best case scenario
We already know.
for the Rockets is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Hold on, can we just get out the way? They're each other's best case scenario.
Yeah.
We already know that.
Just off the fact that like every time these two teams play each other, it's a close game.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets have the upper hand. I think they're 2-1 in the regular season series, and I know it's regular season, whatever. But the last game when they played, I think it was January 30th. That was a good game. That shit came down to the wire. I know John Morant didn't play, but that shit literally went all the way down to the last shot. And the biggest concern with the Rockets is they don't have that go-to guy down the stretch. And that was a game where Jalen Green was hot, and they gave the ball to Fred to win the game. That's some shit I don't want to see. But at the same time, they do match up pretty well with each other. And I do like the fact that it's Dylan Brooks trying to get revenge on his old team. That's a little storyline, a little factor right there.
That would be tough.
But I think this is a series that probably goes like 6 to 7 games.
This will be a 7-game series.
Because every time these two teams play, it goes back and forth. And I would love to see the Amen on John Morant matchup, because that shit would be fire. Because Amen deadass might have him in prison.
He might choke him out.
Yeah.
Not literally, but defensively, he might choke him out. He might run out of air.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I mean, again, the options are limited, but you could see cases for both. Rockets, great defensively. Do they have enough perimeter guys to spread out to stop that 3-headed perimeter monster that we kind of have now in LA?
Yeah.
Then on the inverse, you got Şengün guarding Jokic. I don't like that shit either. So I guess let's pick your poison. To me, I think what's worse would be the Nuggets. I have more confidence in throwing my perimeter young guys at Bron, Luka, and AR-15. I have more confidence in throwing my guys out at them as a challenge, like as a Amen, Atari, all these guys. I'll throw them at them, see if it sticks. You feel me, Dylan Brooks? See if it sticks. Even though Bron dominates Dylan Brooks, see if it sticks rather than throw Şengün and try to help and stop Jokic. That's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
And even then, I understand Jamal Murray's not as good as 2 of those guys I named, but do not sleep on Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Nuggets is a good one. I'll say something different. I'll go with the Lakers, worst case.
Okay.
Just because off the fact that, like, yeah, you could put a man on Luka, but who you putting on Bron? Who you putting on Austin Reeves? Good luck. And
I'll throw Dylan Brooks on Austin Reeves.
yeah,
I'll live with it.
Yeah.
But the Bron is a very valid concern. I'll live with Dylan Brooks on Austin Reeves and shit. If he gets his 2021 points, it's not going to be easy.
and then on top of that, Luka and LeBron gonna be like, Şengün, bring that out, or whoever Şengün's man comes at the screen. Jackson Hayes, you about to jump over Fred?
Jump over Fred.
Like that's what it's gonna look like. I think the Rockets could maybe take one game.
Oh my God.
Because they gonna have that one game on the road where they're down like 2-0 or 3-0, and they're like, we're just gonna come out and punch them in the mouth.
On the road, they're gonna win?
Oh no, my bad. Not on the road, at home.
Oh,
my bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my bad. They're gonna have that one game at home when they're down 2-0 or 3-0, and they're like, we gotta punch them in the mouth. And they start off, it's like 25-12, and then Lakers gonna come back, or the Rockets.
It'll be 2-1, but then after that, no more wins.
But that's it, bro.
The Lakers, best case, I mean, we already kind of discussed it, but actually, I don't know. Do I favor the Grizzlies more as a better case than the Rockets? We know who the worst case is, though. We don't even have to extrapolate.
For the Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Nuggets.
We don't have to extrapolate. It's the Nuggets. No explanation. We know what's happened in the past. No explanation. I don't care that they beat them last Saturday. It was impressive. Bro, they've had your number, though, for a long time. Happy I got your win last Saturday. It was lit. You feel me? Still, though, there's a different atmosphere, different scenario. The big man has had your fucking number. Who is easier, though? Memphis or the Rockets for the Lakers? That's actually a tough question. I might go Memphis slightly. I might lean slightly Memphis.
Or the Rockets.
Solely because they do have Triple J as a better anchor than Şengün. But again, I don't think the perimeter guys are as good as Houston's perimeter guys.
Damn, it's close.
It is close.
It's close.
But Amen clears any defender on the perimeter on Memphis. By far. Not even close. Clears every fucking body on that team.
Yeah. It's tough.
I'm an Amen Glazer,
I think
bro.
I'm going to go with Houston, though.
Wow.
Just because the fact that, like, especially these last, I just want to highlight the Lakers real quick because I took this note last night. Since January 21st, they are 15-3. They're currently on a 5-game winning streak. And I just want to say, I trust JJ Redick as a coach.
Wow.
If they play Houston Rockets, bro, I think that is the easier matchup just because I trust JJ to draw up a scheme where, like they did, I know they beat the Nuggets last Saturday and you kind of don't really, but.
I'm not saying it's not moving me. It was impressive.
Yeah.
No, by far it was impressive. And what JJ did, it was impressive. But again, for a whole series.
Yeah, but I like what they did though, kind of just like funneling in on Jokic, and they were just like, "Yo, Aaron Gordon beat us," and yeah, Aaron Gordon went off, but
he was shooting the lights out.
You saw that the Nuggets got ran out the gym. So in that series, I could very well see them funneling the paint on Şengün, and Amen Thompson, knock yourself out. Do your best Steph Curry impression. Good luck. Jalen Green, we know how inconsistent he could be. So that's going to be... Also, it's going to be his first playoffs. We don't know what version we're going to get out of him. But I kind of have an idea of which one we're going to get. There's going to be a lot more tour dates. Dylan Brooks is going to look like... Dylan Brooks is probably going to look... I don't want to say the best player, but he's going to look like the motherfucker that's like, yo, like the captain type shit. Because he's going to want to be out there, prove a point. He's one of the motherfuckers that's been in the playoffs before. So he's going to want to be out there and prove a point. Fred VanVleet, well, he's going to get fried. You probably can't even close with him. As much as you
Probably?
Yeah, definitely. As much as you want that veteran to be out there, that closer. He's literally a fucking champion. But it's like in these matchups against the Lakers, you literally can't play him, bro. And then on top of that, imagine if the Lakers go small and yeah, JJ's like, yeah, we're just going to fuck around. You want to have Fred VanVleet initiating your offense? Yeah, throw Vanderbilt on that nigga. See how he likes it.
Oh my
God. Good fucking luck. And
Or DFS.
yeah,
Oh my
good fucking
God.
luck. Yeah, I think the Rockets stand no fucking chance, bro. At that point,
Did you see the DFS? Did I send you the DFS quote?
nah.
Where he was like, with Braun and Luca, and I think they even added AR. I think it was just Braun and Luca though. They're like, how open are your shots? Like, how are you liking your
Oh,
shots?
he said
He's
butt
like,
ass naked.
no, he said buck naked. He said buck ass naked, wide open. Yo, he's been out of pocket since
forgot.
Luca's gotten there.
I think you did tell me that shit on the phone. Yeah, I was like, he could have just said wide open.
He's like, I'm wide open. He said buck ass. He said buck ass naked.
Bucket naked.
Yeah, buck naked, wide open. That's crazy. I'm telling you, he's had some quotes, bro, since he got to LA. I don't know if he's been saving them the whole fucking time.
That song used to make me laugh, bro.
It's a Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Fame.
Shout out Papoose.
Next is the Grizzlies, correct?
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, next is the Grizzlies. This can be anyone between the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Rockets. And actually, wait a second. They're the 3 seed. They have some options. They do have some options, actually. Best and worst case scenario, because they're a little bit higher compared to like the Rockets. Best case scenario, as a 3 seed, maybe go up to a 2 seed. I'm trying to think. Definitely not the fucking Timberwolves. I'm not gonna give them the Kings. The Kings are not gonna be the 7 seed. I'm trying to be a little bit realistic. It's not gonna be the Kings.
We all know what their best case scenario is. It's Houston.
I was gonna say the Clips.
Yeah.
Clips are within reach too. The Clips or Houston. Either or.
And that's not even like.
I would lean more Clips though.
Yeah, Clips. Like Houston is best case, but it's like, yo, you can still lose that series.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to call him a mid-off. I don't know what to call him though.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah. But it's like, they're not mid, but it's just, I don't even want to say good matchup. It's just like they can't beat anybody else but each other.
Yeah.
It's a good ass fight. That's all it is, I guess you could say.
Is worst case if they move up to 2 and they play Golden State first round?
Golden State wouldn't be good. I don't think healthy Dallas would be good. At least just giving them AD would be good. I think those are really the 2 that they should really look out for. I don't think they should
probably moving up to 2 and having to face Golden State or Dallas.
That's their 2 issues, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like either one for opposite issues too. That's the funniest part. I don't like either matchup for them. And mind you, I'm not saying like for some of these, like I already iterated earlier, this could just mean, hey, like instead of being this team in 4, you're gonna beat this team in 6. No, it's like this team might deadass beat you. When in the case of the Grizzlies, I'm sorry, bro. I think Dallas Mavericks really could give them some problems. I know, like I said, people are gassing up the Mavericks, but there's certain teams they could beat. They're not contenders like people want to gas up, but there are certain teams they could beat, and Memphis is one of them.
Yeah. I guess the Nuggets now. Nuggets, best case.
I've been glazing them all season, bro. Since the history of the podcast started, I've been glazing them.
Well, there's no chance they're getting to 1.
No, 1 is out of range.
Well, best case is just staying at 2 and playing Golden State round 1.
Golden State would be incredible.
Yeah.
Even though he's given AD problems, you still don't want to tire him out going against AD's defense. Again, I'm not going to give him the chance of playing the Kings. Gobert and shit like that, like, yeah, a little bit of difficulty. It's not going to be the same as last year. It's really just going to be the Warriors. Warriors, or again, Clips. Clips are just getting picked on at this point. I would more so lean the Warriors, though, because of the size, which we already commented on earlier in terms of the Warriors matchup. That's their best case scenario. The worst, to be honest with you, this is the case of, okay, instead of sweeping a team, you're just only going to win in like 6. The worst case scenario for them, I'm going to be real, Justin. There's not really one here. I mean, I don't even see them falling to like 4 and 5. I don't see Memphis giving them problems. Absolutely not. I don't see the Lakers giving them problems. I don't see Houston absolutely not giving them problems. Definitely not the Clippers. It might really have to be the fucking Mavs, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But again, this is one of those cases where it's not, I don't think the Mavs are going to beat you. It's just you're going to beat the Mavs in 6. instead of sweeping the Warriors. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think worst case is Dallas just because it's like
If they have Derek Lively, they won't be able to recreate it like the Timberwolves, but they could try to do the same shit.
Yeah.
They have the personnel.
That'll be worst case just because it's like
I
would still pick the Nuggets, but it's like,
absolutely,
damn, you're going to tire the fuck out of Jokic in round one.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Because it's like, damn, I got AD guarding me, and then backline is Gafford right there. And then, sub out, Lively's in. It's going to be nonstop. So
that would be a problem. That would be hell.
Yeah,
but he'll still get through it. He'll still average his 31. He'll get through it.
Fucking hell. That's probably worst case. That's worst case for Jokic. Yeah. Not even the Nuggets.
He'll still hoop, but he'll be tired.
Yeah, he'll be tired as fuck.
He'll still get his 30, but he'll be tired.
Yeah.
And the Kings of the NBA right now, not literally Sacramento, but the number one seed. OKC, who we haven't really talked about too much in terms of like worst matches because they're the undisputed top. There's no variance to them to move. Once we got out of those potential AC matchups, we couldn't even talk about them. Best case scenario, Justin, for you?
If the Kings win the first playing game or the second playing game, whatever.
I hate to say it, but yeah. We don't even have to say too much. Like, defensively, the Kings have nothing to throw. Absolutely nothing. Like, Keon Ellis, I love you, bro, a lot. I really do love you, but you're not stopping Shane, man. You're not even slowing him down.
I think worst case for them is if either the Timberwolves fall to 8.
I think Timberwolves, clear cut.
Timberwolves fall to 8, or if Dallas falls to 8.
I think Timberwolves are worse.
I think those are the two worst case
scenarios.
The
Timberwolves are the absolute worst.
Not saying both of those teams are going to beat them, but
just give them most issues.
Give them a lot of hell. Because we talked about Jokic going through that shit. Imagine Chet having to go through that Dallas shit. Mm-hmm. That Dallas gauntlet.
Oh my God.
Those three-headed monsters.
But at least he has iHeart, you feel me?
Yeah,
Jokic does have Aaron Gordon, but iHeart's more size, Paul. Yeah. You feel me? But Chet's so thin, bro.
I think Minnesota and Dallas are the worst too.
Absolutely.
But if I had to pick one, I'll go with Minnesota.
Let's go with the Beast Coast, Justin. East Coast is the Beast Coast. We starting.
Yeah, thank God. Let's skip Chicago and Atlanta.
Yeah, we going straight to the Magic, which they can only be the 7th seed or the 8th seed, basically, realistically speaking. So their best case is the Cavs. Their worst case is the Celtics, to me, because they can't move up. They can't go. No, quite literally, they can't get to 6.
Yeah,
they can't get to 6.
Oh shit.
They're obviously not going to get to 5. They're 4 games. No. They're 5.5 games, actually, behind the 6th seed. So they're not going to catch the Pistons. So, yeah, quite literally, best case scenario is the Cavs. Worst case scenario is the Celtics.
We don't even have a time. I don't remember what the timetable is for Suggs.
Regardless, so I'm sorry. Y'all losing maybe in 5 to both. Equally worst case scenarios.
I'm sorry. Best case scenario for y'all is if fucking... All right, so... Jalen Suggs is out indefinitely due to trachea injury in his left knee during his... What the fuck? It says he's expected to make a full recovery. He experienced discomfort. Best case scenario for the Magic.
Them and the Heat we could run through because they only have 2 options, which both of them are smashing them.
I guess it's the Cavs, but it's like...
It's equal difficulty.
You're getting fucking swept.
Yeah. That's why I say your best case scenario in either one is winning 5. If you could, winning in 5, win 1 game and push it to 5 in either series. If you can win 1 game, you should be happy. But it sucks because we had the Magic as high up, and again, they were just destroyed and hampered by injuries. They really should have been much better. And shout out to Paolo too. Like, he was overshadowed by Curry's game. He had his own respectable 40 piece.
Yeah.
But the position they're in, like, you're stuck at the 7 or 8 seed. Assuming you win your games too, by the way, because of the play-in. You still have Trae Young below you. I'm not even going to talk about Chicago, to be honest with you.
We're not talking about that.
But I'm just worried about Trae Young because Chicago's trying to lose. So we're talking about Trae Young. Trae Young's going to try to show up. Dyson Daniels is going to show up.
That's funny. They're trying to lose and they're
going to be in the play-in.
They're like, fuck, I want my pick.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the play-in.
And then Cam is like, we're professional athletes, so we're not trying to fucking lose. We're not going to go out there and lose on purpose. So it's like the Nets don't even want to climb up either. Like, he's saying that shit, but we know the team doesn't want to go up.
The Bulls might be comfortably at 10.
That sucks.
Because the Nets, The Bulls are 24-36. The Nets are 21-38. Philly's 20-38.
Nets lose more.
Toronto's at 18. Yeah, the Bulls might literally have that 10th spot on lock.
I think we could just push through the two Florida teams. I would inverse it. Best case for the Heat is the Celtics just because of familiarity.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, worst case would be the Cavs.
Magic is the Cavs.
And yeah, for the Magic, it would be the Cavs.
Pistons, best case for them.
Man. People are talking a lot of shit about us, bro, when it comes to Pistons. People are getting mad hype. I love the Pistons. I love the Paradox. I got a lot of love for the Paradox since day one, since he got to the league. I admit he's the best point guard in the East. I do think he's better than Jalen Brunson this season. Let's calm down, though. People are saying that they would beat us. Like, let's chill out. They're not going to beat the Knicks in the series.
Best case for the Pistons. I mean, I would say if they face the Pacers in the first round, if it was possible.
It is possible because so the only options for them are the Knicks, the Bucks, the Pacers, and that's it. They have 3 options to choose from.
I would say Pacers. That's the best case scenario.
Pacers by far is their best case scenario.
Yeah.
They fucking them up, bro. I would take them to beat the Pacers in 6. Worst case
scenario.
Are we going to pull the bias out?
I mean, I don't think us is their worst case scenario. But it would have to be between us, Bucks.
And the Bucks. It's just us and the Bucks.
Oh.
Because we already said the Pacers is the best case scenario. I don't think us or the Bucks would stomp them. That's the thing. It's just that we're the only options left over. They're not going to face the Celtics or the Cavs.
That's my thing. I don't think we're going to fry the Pistons in 5 games, 4 games.
That's what sucks. The East isn't as exciting as the West because the Nuggets are 2, but they're 1 game above the 5 seed. They could face the Rockets in the first round. That's a good matchup. But here's literally set in stone, kind of. I think the seeds are set right now.
Yeah.
Like we're stuck at 3. No one's catching us. The race in the East is who's going to be 4, 5, and 6 because they're all tied right now. They're perfectly tied. 4, 5, and 6 is a perfect tie.
I guess, okay, I'll say this. I'm going to put my hat on. I guess worst case scenario would be the Knicks now.
Yes, sir.
Especially if, knock on wood, Mitchell Robinson stays healthy because that adds another layer to our defense.
God, yes.
So, as great as Cade has been, Mitchell Robinson on the back line of defense in the playoffs with either OG or Mikal, that's going to be some hell. I'm sorry. And without Ivy there, without that secondary ball handler, it's going to be tough. Malik Beasley has been great off the bench.
Mr. Thug Shake.
But who are you going to go to when Cade is getting blitzed? That'll be my question. And I do think if Mitchell Robinson is limited or something like that, Cade could have. I think this is gonna be Cade's like coming out party. Like a lot of
it should be.
Like I've been a fan of Cade Cunningham since fucking high school, but I think to a lot of casuals, they're gonna be like, holy shit, this guy's fucking amazing.
You know, I got into an argument with the guy yesterday.
What?
He was really trying to tell me because he did a top 15 list. I said, "Where's the Paradox? Where's Cade?" I jumped into his live. He said, "Who do you think he should replace?" I said, I don't know. He's the best point guard in the East, so he should be above Brunson, who you have in your top 10, which is fine. I have Brunson in my top 10 as well, but even in the top 15 minimum, look who you got in there. You got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Jaren Jackson ahead of him. He's clear-cut better than all 3 of them. Cade is an MVP candidate. He's like, Cade's an MVP candidate. How? Blah, 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 whatever. I said, bro, he is right now tied for the 4 seed. He didn't get no crazy help. And he took a team that lost 30 games in a row to this now. And it's on his back. Respect to Malik Beasley. Respect to Tobias. Respect to the guys who are contributing. I'm not saying they're not doing shit and that Cade is carrying. But we know who the focal point is. We know who the engine is. It's him.
Yeah.
To have 26, 6, and 9.5 and not be inefficient and shit like that and win. Because last year the thing was, oh, he's inefficient. He's inefficient and he's losing games. Who cares about his numbers? He's not an all-star. What can they say now?
That was a stupid
They
thing.
can't deny him shit.
That was so stupid.
That shit was ridiculous. So,
I'm so happy that I never fell off the Cade train. Like, people got off the Cade train, and it was sad to see just because of the fucking situation. But, like, if you watch Cade Cunningham, to me, he was one of those guys where it's like, there's no way that this guy isn't good. in the NBA. There's no way. Like that Oklahoma State team had no business sometimes, like with certain teams, and he was literally the propeller for that. Like I don't understand. Sometimes y'all take the good stats on bad team shit way too serious.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like y'all take it way too serious, but like
sometimes it's valid, sometimes it's not.
Jeremy Grant?
Oh, what were you about to say?
I said Jeremy Grant.
We were so close. Jerry Stackhouse, 29. I'm sorry. It is hard to score 29. But to do it with shooting 37% from the field, I think it was, taking all the shots that he did, come on, bro. You're not even close to winning? No. But when Devin Booker, early on before he started winning games because his team was trash, he was a hooper. We knew who he was. He should have been All-Stars. He should have more All-Stars to his resume. But it was just because he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning. That was the only thing. He wasn't winning. That's why he wasn't getting All-Star bids. He should have been. He was one of the best players in the league. It was just on a shit team. I didn't like Devin Booker being empty stats, but there truly are some guys who are empty stats.
And you literally had the proof.
Cade Cunningham's not one of them, though.
You literally had the proof at Oklahoma State. Because no disrespect, nobody. I hadn't tuned prior to Cade Cunningham. I hadn't tuned into an Oklahoma State game since fucking Marcus Smart was there.
No.
And it's been like 11 years now.
Wow.
Since Marcus Smart played.
And
that team
Embiid,
made the fucking tournament. We talk about Rutgers with 2 top 3 guys. They're gonna miss the tournament.
True.
Oklahoma State with Cade Cunningham made the tournament.
Chill, bro. They got talent, though. Come on. Respect our guys. Respect them, bro. Yeah. Well, what I was about to say, though, is in regards to Cade, even last year, though, you knew it was legit. You know why? Because he was the only good player on his team. He was still efficient, even with the problems with his team, with the no space and all the shit, and everyone else being efficient. It was also the case of them making the games close because of him.
Yeah.
Teams were showing up because they didn't want to get embarrassed and be the team to lose. They were locking in. You had the Celtics locking in like it was a playoff game because they're like, yo, we don't want to be the ones to lose.
Yeah.
You dead outside teams be like you would really rather see the Pistons on lose game number 10 in a row than be on number 20.
Yeah.
Because if it's like, all right, damn, they broke their losing streak against us, but like we weren't lost number 11 for them, but whatever, no one's gonna remember this. But when you're on the other side of breaking a losing streak so big of 20 plus, 25 plus, you're like, fuck, I gotta show up. Like Kyle Kuzma said, ironically, nobody wants to be that team. Yeah. Look how much the Celtics showed up.
Yeah.
That shit went to OT.
Yeah.
They showed the fuck up. It was a close game. And that's why Cade Cunningham said, what was the quote he said? We not 20 games in a row bad.
He's like,
something like that.
He's like, I remember because
I forgot the number he picked.
He's like, we're bad, but we ain't this bad. And then you're like, you guys are fucking ass still.
Yeah, but he was doing his thing though, bro. And that's why I actually wrote down this question for you in regards to the Pistons, because they just beat the Celtics. Since we're talking about the Celtics, Paradox beat the Green Gooner. We're not gonna talk about that crossover. It was a push off, but we are gonna talk about a SARS, which is clean.
That was funny.
That was straight clean, no hands, nothing. You feel me? But what I want to ask you is, it is the first run. There's more than enough runs in the future to go for Cade. And by the way, I know I hopped off the train, but I'm going to pretend I never hopped off my train where I said, not this season, but the season after the Pistons are going to make the playoffs, and that's this season. How far do you think they could go? Realistically. Not best case scenario or anything. I'm saying, how far do you think they could go? Is this enough success for them? Just making the playoffs as a lock. Do you think winning a series is a success for them?
I think depending on the matchup, they could win a series, but that's about it.
Full stop after that? You done?
Because
after that, you're basically saying
you got to see either the Cavs
Boston or the Cavs.
Or the Celtics. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could win a series. I think already is a success, honestly.
Yeah, this is a success.
It's a major success.
And people trying to rush into like, oh, they got to trade Ivy and guess. I'm like, I would like to see
what it looks like.
What Ivy looks like. And then you make your assessments from there. But that's where teams kind of shoot themselves in the foot because they're fucking beasting. Like we saw that with who was it that did that? I don't want to say that. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But we've seen that in the past where teams like they see like flashes and they're like, oh yeah, we gotta capitalize on this now, and then they just make that move, and it fucks them up. I was gonna say the Suns, but they did make the finals prior, so that's not fair to use them. And then same thing with the Timberwolves. I mean, I guess you could say the Timberwolves.
I was gonna say a what if when that almost happened, when the Warriors almost got Kevin Love for Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
that would have been some shit where it was like, Klay. By the way, Kevin Love was doing his shit, but it was like they would have jumped the gun way too soon.
Yeah, you don't want to jump the gun way too soon. I would rather wait till Ivy comes back and then see what you got. Because before he got hurt, he was hooping.
He was doing his thing.
So, and he's kind of like that missing piece. I know people kind of tend to forget. But yeah, I think worst case scenario for the Pistons is the Knicks.
If and by the way, I agree with you that it's the Knicks as well. But since we are talking about Ivy real quick before we move on to the Pacers, if Ivy was to come back next season and they did look pretty worse, let's not say considerably worse, like they missed the playoffs and all this shit, but they look noticeably worse. Do you think to move on next summer or try to go around one more time?
Then you would go to the summertime.
Straight into summer 2026, you're like, yo, we got to move you for something.
Yeah.
I respect that. Because I think you know what you could do now without him. If you don't at least look the same, I'll even give him a window of slightly worse. Should be an improvement or stay the same. Like, I'm throwing out some question marks. I'm saying we got to move on from this guy, especially if the East doesn't get way more competitive.
Yeah, you saw what they were able to do without him. You give him that benefit of the doubt when he comes back to like prove himself and shit. I feel like a little bit worse. I still like, to me, I would still even shop him. Like, say they're slightly worse next year, they still make the playoffs, they get bounced around one. I would still look to move them. For me, they would have to be, I mean, not a top 3 seed, but like, because they're a top 6 seed. This is crazy.
Tied for 4th. Shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, so I'm like, if I was them, I would try to like gun for like 45 wins next year or like whatever.
Bro, they might get that this year.
Yeah, so it's like,
I think they're going to get that this year.
So I'm like, next year, if we could be like 47 to 49, could we do that? I feel like you would deadass have to match this year or be slightly better than this year.
They're on pace for 46.6. Let's just say 47.
47.
They're on pace for 47.
Yeah, so next year, I'm like, if we could do the same.
Gotta hit 45.
Next year, I'm like, if we could do the same or get to like 49, hell yeah.
No.
But like, if we're like at.
If y'all drop all the way down to 43, I'm confused.
Yeah. Unless Cade gets hurt, because then you have
to but like no excuse of injuries.
Yeah.
If you guys are less than 45 wins, I'm confused.
Then, yeah, I'll be concerned.
Like if you finish the season on pace for 47 and you actually get that 47 and you have less than 45 wins next season, nobody gets hurt like that for considerable time, and you have Jaden Ivey, same roster, I'm really confused.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think that there's an issue.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that we got to make a move. And the one thing I just thought about right now, man, like, because I'm thinking about the East getting more competitive. I know it would suck for us, but just still, man, like, imagine they gave this man Wemby, bro. Imagine. They should have gave him Wemby.
This is a team I would have loved to see Cooper Flag on.
I would have loved to see Wemby on it more.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Honestly.
But yeah,
him
Cooper Flag on this team.
Shit.
Oh my God, this shit would have been crazy.
Or him and Paolo.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Either one. He's got screwed over,
if
bro.
if you gave him either Paolo, Wemby, or Coop, imagine they finally get the number 1 pick.
And it was Zach.
And it was Zach.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. I was like, imagine the one that they got was Zach.
They would have been so tight.
I would have killed myself. I mean, I say that, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think we can say that, but like, I would have had an issue. I would have crashed out.
Every time the draft lottery rolls around, I always think of Crispy Flakes.
Yeah.
The Pistons fan.
Crashing out.
He be crashing out.
I fucking love Crispy Flakes. I haven't seen him in a while, though. I haven't watched a video in a while.
He's probably happy as fuck right now.
He should be. I'm about to tune in now.
Every time the draft lottery like just ends, I would go to his Twitter or his YouTube and see what the fuck he's saying.
His My Team shit used to be so tough, bro. His spin the wheels and shit. I haven't watched him in a couple
years.
He's
like, yo, we have the best odds and we got the 5th pick.
Yeah, bro. He would crash. He would turn red, bro.
Yeah, he would turn
bright red, bro. But yeah, they should have gotten one of Wemby or Paolo. And it would have been a cool ass team. And they could have been marketable.
Yeah.
And you could have brought back, you know, pretty, I don't want to say like a historical team, but they have a place in NBA history.
Yeah.
They're not the Celtics, they're not the Lakers, they're not the Spurs, but like they have a place in history. They're not as low as, you know, I mean, I hate to pick on people, but like Charlotte. You feel me?
Yeah, I was saying it before the show. I'm like, I know Detroit has been bad like since I've been watching basketball, but they aren't a poverty franchise.
I don't want to say legendary, but they're a historical franchise.
Yeah. Because you got...
I think not the same amount of success, but I think they're as important as the Rockets historically. They're on the same level to me. 3 rings versus 2. I mean, both back-to-back champions. They had different times of like dominant stretches, like after the championship. So they did win the championship and they were going to the conference finals every year from like what? It was like 02 to 08, I think it was. 02 to 08, they made every conference finals. And then after that, they fell off.
Yeah.
Harden didn't go to the conference finals every year, but damn near almost. Yeah. It felt like it at least. Like by the time he hit his prime, like his MVP level shit.
Those Pistons.
I think they kind of like on the same tier.
Yeah. And they went to back-to-back finals too. 04, 05.
Yes. They lost to the Spurs in Game 7. They were almost back-to-back. If they had 4 rings, bro, I would have put them in that tier below the Lakers and Celtics. Because I feel like that tier below is like the Spurs.
The Bulls.
Do I want to throw the Heat in there? I don't know. The Warriors are in there. That's it. I don't think I want to throw the Heat in there.
Nah.
The Heat are in a weird spot. I think the Heat are more important than the Pistons, though, and the Rockets. Yeah. But they're not as important as those guys I just named.
Lakers.
They're in the tier of their own.
Bulls, Spurs, Warriors.
Yeah. And then I don't think I'm missing anybody.
Then it'll be Heat, Dolo.
And then I feel like us and like Philly are in a weird spot too. Our shit is really old, but we've been part of this league from the start. Our shit's really old. Our last championships are really fucking long ago.
Philly has what, 1
championship?
Yeah,
they have 3.
Oh yeah, because
83.
The Wilt time.
83. 1 with Wilt, and they have another one.
Was that 62?
Didn't Dr. J win 2? 1 in the 70s? He won 1 in the 70s?
I'm not counting ABA.
I'm talking about for the Sixers, though.
No.
We're only talking about the Sixers.
I think he only has 1.
He made it to the finals, though, with the Sixers before Moses. They have 83. They have 1 with Wilt. I don't know what the other one is, but they have 3 championships. I know that for a fact.
I'm about to look at them. Oh, when they was the Warriors.
Oh, there was Philadelphia Warriors?
That's why I don't really think.
Got it. So they have 2 as the Sixers.
So but 83 they won. 67 they won.
That's when they finally beat Bill Russell and got to the finals.
Yeah. And
the Warriors.
55 they won.
All right, so I was right. They have 3, but they were the Warriors in 55.
55, yeah. Oh, no, they were the Syracuse Nationals.
Oh, my God. I mean...
I don't even want to count that shit.
I guess we'll give it to them, but like Sixers, they have 2. You feel me? But like
as the Sixers, yeah. They got
their
2.
shit's long ago, our shit's back in the 70s, but we're important. We're always there. We're always important. East Coast shit too as well. We're always there. We're in a weird spot. I feel like we're in our own little category.
I guess us and the Sixers would be in the same category.
Yeah, but like we're boxed off separate from everyone else.
Yeah.
It's like weird. Mavs, I don't even know where the fuck to throw them. They have a championship. They had a long stretch too of winning 50 plus games for a decade straight. But besides that, and then they got the Lucas.
Would you put the Bucks with us?
No.
Because they got 2, I think.
We have 2 rings. Kareem only made 1 final with them, right? And that was the one he won, I'm pretty sure.
71.
So 2 championships, 2 finals. They got better players than us. But I don't know if we're including players into this debate as well. I'm just talking about just historical importance.
I was just talking about like strictly like championships.
But I'm not even just talking about championships though. I'm talking about stamped in history.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said us and Philly are like in our own box, even though we don't have as many rings as like the Lakers and Celtics. We have our own boxes. I don't know how to word it. It's going to sound stupid on camera. We have the historical relevancy as them, but we don't have the championships, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
We have that like landmark as much as we have as much of a claim in NBA history as the Lakers and Celtics. We just don't have the rings to back it up. Us and the Sixers. Bucks came a little bit after. I mean, the Bucks weren't relevant for most of their franchise history. Us and Philly, we kind of were, to be honest with you. Like Philly had Wilt, kind of dropped off. I had Dr. J, then had Moses Malone come in, Chuck, Then they had a drop off. AI came in, drop off. I'm not going to count Iguodala. I'm sorry. Drop off, Embiid. You feel me? Us, we know our history. We don't have to reiterate our shit. But like the Bucks, it was like Kareem. Considerable drop off till what? Till Sidney Moncrief? And then a drop off till what? Till Ray Allen
and Glenn Robinson.
And that's 17 years later.
Yeah.
Drop off till what? I don't want to count. I like Michael Redd. I don't want to count him. So then it goes from Ray Allen all the way to Giannis. So no, they're not with us, bro.
Yeah.
They're somewhere else. I don't know where they're at. They're somewhere else. The Hawks, they've been in the league as long as us, but no, they fucking losers, bro. And that's not even me being a Hawks hater, bro. They don't be in contention. They've been a losing franchise more than they've been relevant. Let's just be real. Dominique, and then what else? That 60-win team, Trae Young, Pistol Pete, and Lou Hudson, but they didn't even do shit. They icons, but they didn't do shit. Yeah, you just got the Bob Pettit ring. That's it. They didn't do shit, though. They're not really a relevant franchise. So I'm saying us and Philly, we don't got the rings, but we got important figures and like we got important moments and shit like that.
Yeah.
Fuck the Sixers, though. Moving on to the Pacers, though. Best case scenario, the Bucks. Worst case scenario, even though they below them in the standings, it's not us. Still the Pistons. Pistons give them the most trouble, bro. I promise you, the Pistons will give them the most trouble in a 7-game series.
Yeah, best
mentally
case.
And actually personnel as well.
Yeah.
Beef stew, baby.
Best case is the Bucks. Just the familiarity.
Perimeter defense too.
Yeah, perimeter defense. Yeah, worst case, I'll say the Pistons because I would love to see that series. Yeah, Beef Stew going to be coming out to play. You play with Legos.
You play with fucking Legos. Yeah. I like how he said it 3 times. He's like, you play with Legos. You play with fucking Legos. Like, he said that shit 3 times, bro. Like, all right, bro. I think he heard you.
And I feel like both teams going to be fired up for that shit. I feel like the Pistons a little bit more because it's not even crazy. Like, but if that series was to happen, Cade Cunningham is the best player in that series.
Yeah, it's not close.
Yeah. So,
it's not close
but the Pacers do have the team that's been in the playoffs. They were in the ECF last year.
Oh my God.
But so they would want to prove that, like, yo, this team ain't fucking with us. And then you have the Pacers, Pistons, little history
too.
So that'd be fun. But that would be the worst case because that's like you could win that series, but you could very well like blink and lose that series.
I'm not gonna lie. Even Halliburton last year at his very best is not as good as Cade right now.
Wasn't fucking with Cade.
Like first half of last year, Halliburton. I know it's gonna sound like recency bias. Hooping, obviously. I'm still taking this Cade right now.
Yeah.
Because of the defense too.
Yeah.
And you can't even use the size excuse like you can for like Trae and shit. Bro, they're the same height. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So Cade would by far be the best fucking player. Siakam, like, he's been cool this year, but nothing special. So Cade Cunningham, by far best player. I really don't want to play the Pistons out of fear. I don't want to hate Beef Stew. I want to keep being a fan of him, bro. I don't want to start hating him.
I was like, yo, it's looking like we're going to play the Pistons in round 1. I don't want to watch this series and end up hating this team.
I won't hate Cade. But I know that if we play Beef Stew, like, I'm going to hate Beef Stew, and I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, I won't hate Cade. Like, with the Hawks, like...
Cade's my guy.
With the Hawks, like, I don't hate Trae Young. I hate the people that come up to me and be like, he own ya. I hate those people. Because then now I have to shit on Trae Young. But I don't hate Trae Young.
I don't like him specifically because... I mean, other people bring it up to him too, but, like, he'll revel in it as well. And then even then, like, with the dice shit, right? We beat them. We didn't give a fuck.
He's like, you love this shit.
It was like, Tuesday. We
beat
them.
He do love this shit. He admitted it.
That's what I'm saying. We beat them. It was Tuesday. It was a regular fucking Tuesday. It was a regular Wednesday. It was another day for us. Regular schmegler fucking day for us. We didn't give a fuck. That was his fucking finals. And I hate to say that because we're not a winning team. We're not the Lakers where Lakers say, oh, this is their game 7 in the finals to us. But like, that's dead ass like the finals for him when he comes to our fucking home.
I do be hating Dyson Daniels though when we play them.
But that's out of respect though.
That's out of respect. Yeah. It's not even like because once the game is over, I don't even talk about that motherfucker.
I know Beef Stew's gonna flame Cat with the trash talk. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that shit gonna be funny,
bro. The Legends videos, are gonna be comedy if he plays Cat. I don't want to see that.
About to be a fucking folk hero and To every Knicks hater.
Mm-hmm. And a folk hero in
Cade is gonna
Detroit.
be a fucking god to Knicks haters.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think we're gonna hate him. He's
No,
cool.
no. I'm saying like to Knicks haters, like they're gonna be like Cade Cunningham. Holy
Oh, you're
shit.
saying Knicks haters are gonna love him?
Yeah, Knicks haters.
Oh,
are
I thought you were
love
gonna say like us, like Knicks fans are gonna hate him.
Nah.
I was like, we're not gonna hate
Like
him.
people that hate the Knicks, they're gonna be like, yo, this motherfucking Cade Cunningham, way better than
Eric's
Trey.
gonna buy a Cade Cunningham jersey when the series start.
Who Eric?
Yes. Yeah, Eric gonna start. He's gonna buy a jersey, bro.
He'll be like, I always like Cade.
He's like, I love Cade. You gotta pull the P on him.
Like, what college?
What college you went to? Duke.
I'll do him one even better. I'll be like, name one of his high school teammates.
Nah, you gotta give him you gotta do the shit that P did D Mills too, where he's like, I'll give you the conference. Can you name a Big Ten team? He's like, Texas. Yo, that shit was funny as fuck.
I remember that. That should be funny when they be like, Mike, what college you went to? Be like, Oklahoma. And it'd be mad quiet. He's like,
state. And like, oh, why'd you add the state? And like, why'd you add the state? You was fine.
That should be funny.
They'd be like, Kansas. They're like, what college Paul Pierce go to? Kansas State. Ah, you had it, bro. Like,
He
damn,
always be
yeah.
adding the state.
You hesitate though. That's the thing. The Bucks.
Best case, Pacers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of weird that they're each other's best case.
Worst case, I mean, they could fall to 6. I guess. I mean, if they could fall to 6,
I don't think we're their worst case. We're in a weird position.
I was gonna say yeah, just because like I know like you don't want to base it off regular season, but when we have played them, we've literally fucking
We've smoked them 20
We've
plus
smoked
and
them.
30 plus.
and that's without Mitchell Robinson.
My thing is though, in playoffs we are gonna need Mitch though,
Yeah, hell yeah,
and that's a guy I don't want to guarantee. You know,
yeah.
we have enough of a sample size of injury history with him. Unfortunately, I wish we didn't, but it's the truth. We have enough of a sample size when it comes to his injuries that I can't say, hey, you're stamped for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we do have him, we're the worst case scenario. If not, I might say the Pistons. I almost said the Pacers. That made no sense. I would say the Pistons, bro. Pistons would give him more problems than us if we don't have Mitchell Robinson. If we have him though, best believe we're the worst thing. Giannis against Cat. Disgusting.
Are you gonna hear us? Oh my god, the Knicks.
Oh my God. Every fucking game, bro. 10 times a game. The Knicks' best case. We know who it is. Time for the get back.
Oh, the Pacers.
Time for guys to be healthy. No broken hands. I said no soul. I was about to say soldier surgery. No shoulder surgeries.
No abdomen.
No hammies. None of that. Hopefully. No foots. None of that. Hopefully. Give me the Pacers. And we will beat them in 5 games. None of that bullshit. We went all the way to 7 with our guys in the hospital.
Yeah.
Our guys were sitting in Montefiore eating Jell-O watching the games. And we took them to 7. We should have swept them.
Yeah, it literally came down to that Nimhard shot.
We really just needed OG.
Yeah.
We would have beat them in 5. At worst, we would have beat them in 5. We had OG the whole time. We would have beat them in 5 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Pacers.
I'll never forget that game too when Ice Spice pulled up and OG started balling the fuck out.
He took the honey pack.
Yeah, and he was like, "Fuck, yo!" When he fucked up his hamstring, I'm not gonna. I don't want to say I laugh, but like, yo, he was like, he looked. Actually, I'm not even gonna say it.
Bro,
He literally did look like he took the honey pack and caught a cramp.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he was like, fuck.
When he came back, though, not to make light of it, though, but I remember being so hyped. I was like, yes, he's back for game 7.
And he hit that fucking
He hit
3.
the shot, yeah, but then seeing him jog, I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, Siakam went
It's
right
like
at him.
old Yeller.
Yeah,
Get this nigga out of here, bro.
gotta put him down.
And worst case scenario, it's tough. Like, best case was so easy for me because of the Pacers. Worst case scenario, it's tough because we don't have the personnel to stop Giannis, but we would fry the Bucks offensively. Don't have the personnel to stop Giannis, though. Absolutely not. Pistons, pose an issue on both sides, so I might pick them as the worst case scenario. But Giannis, quite literally, can look like the best player in the world certain nights. And with Cat defending the rim, that nigga might really average 36. And with the midi now too, he might deadass average 36.
I was gonna go a different way and kind of cheat.
You're gonna add Mitchell Robinson?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I think absolute worst case scenario would be if the Knicks somehow fall to 4 and the Pistons are 5 and we play them in the first round and it's a dogfight. And say we do get out that first round, you got to see Cleveland round 2 after banging with Detroit for however long that series
I
goes.
doubt we do that though. We 6 games above.
Yeah, I doubt that, but that'll be to me the worst case scenario.
The absolute worst if you're talking about like also the next round, yeah. But just what team you got to face, I will still go Bucks just because of, again, I'm not guaranteeing Mitch. I don't know how I feel about putting Mitch in or not putting Mitch in. It's tough. You kind of have to evaluate it both ways. I don't want to complicate it. I'm just gonna say, hey, I mean, it sucks to say he's back. I'm happy he's back. I'm very fucking happy. He cooked the Grizzlies. You feel me?
You know,
plus 11.
It sucked that he came back and we just lost Huck Porty.
Yeah. Plus 11 though, you feel me? But again, I cannot guarantee him, bro. He's a defensive monster. I cannot guarantee him. I don't know.
You can't guarantee him.
With him, I think our worst case scenario is the Pistons. Without him, the Bucks, bro. I for real think Giannis would average 35 plus.
Yeah.
That's food. That's free fucking food, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Celtics and Cavs, this one we could kind of sweep by, unfortunately. I hate that this is not as interesting as the West. The West took us so long. East is quick as fuck because it's set in stone. You can't really play around with it. Does it really matter? I mean, I guess familiarity-wise, because of the Celtics, worst case would be the Heat. But again, they're stomping them.
Yeah.
Best case would be the Magic. The Cavs, who cares? They're beating both as well.
Yeah, who cares?
I guess their best case would be, I feel like the Cavs would rather see the Heat.
Then the Magic?
Yeah. And the Magic probably worst case scenario.
Yeah, because, oh my God, they would have Tyler Hero in fucking hell.
I'm not scared of Bam.
Yeah,
you know my feelings on Bam.
Hold on. I mean, I'm not going to defend Bam. I think that's a series where at the end of it, we're going to have some conversations about Bam, like bad ones against the Cavs.
Wait. You're saying we're going to slander the Cavs?
No, we're going to slander Bam.
I thought you were trying to defend Bam.
No. I said before, I'm not defending Bam. If the Heat and Cavs play, that's going to be a series where we're going to look at Bam like, I think he's going to hear some nasty conversations after that series.
God, bro.
Because him getting tossed around by Pauls, Mobley, and Allen, and he can't average 20, we're going to start having some conversations.
If Wiggins was to outscore him in any playoff series, to be honest with you, I'm cooking them. That's no insult.
And I don't even think that's out of the realm of possibility.
That's the problem. No, that's the problem. That's exactly the fucking problem. Wiggins could deadass average 19 and Bam could average 17. I'm gonna have a problem with that. Someone could say, that's only 2 points. That's not Bam's game. Jimmy's gone.
Yeah.
You gotta step up.
Yeah.
Wiggins is not that guy. You feel me? Wiggins is a good contributor. Wiggins should not be outscoring Bam in a playoff series.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna open up the conversation too. If Wiggs was to outscore him for a whole series, I'll be embarrassed. Beyond embarrassed for him.
Even if Wiggs doesn't outscore him, if he goes into that playoffs averaging sub 20, I would probably cook him. Because it's like, yo, no Jimmy. Tyler's going to struggle because he
needs help.
He's the main option. Mm-hmm. It is your time to step up. If he goes into that series averaging fucking 17 a game, he's going to, promos coming.
No points in the paint either.
Yeah. And he could, bro, yeah, good fucking luck. Because you have Mobley and Allen.
Yeah.
And just based on the type of guy he is, non-aggressive, you could fuck around and throw DeAndre Hunter on him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I'm not no Bam hater, right?
Yeah.
I'm really not. I just think that people really overrate him because of the finals runs. Very important contributor, both times. Phenomenal defender. That's the props given to him, right? But we was talking about this motherfucker as a top 5 center in the league stamped. We said better than Sabonis, better than Cat. Before the season started even, I thought that was ridiculous. After the season started, looks even worse, those takes. Wemby is obviously way better than him. Yo, there was people having conversations of him and Wemby going into the season.
If Khalil Ware outscores him.
Okay, I don't think that will happen.
Yeah,
That's a little bit
happen.
too much. That's a little bit too much. But the thing is, like, I'm excited to see realistic Bam conversations happen for the next 3 seasons if they don't get a real star. Like a true star. No disrespect to Tyler, but I'm saying, like, if they don't get a star that can relegate Bam to a third option, I'm excited to see these Bam Adebayo conversations and see where they lead up. Has he made All-NBA? I don't think so. I think he's only been an All-Star.
Ever? Shit, I'll check.
I think he's only been an All-Star.
He's what, a 2-time All-Star?
I believe so. I think 2-time All-Star. Two-time All-Star. No
3-time
All-NBA.
All-Star.
No All-NBA, though.
Nope.
No All-NBA. Top 5 center, though, apparently. I'm ready for these
Damn,
conversations,
he's averaging
bro.
17 this year.
The next 2-3 seasons.
This is his worst season since his third year. Since his breakout year.
The next 2-3 seasons, including this one, including playoff runs, I'm excited to see where the Bam discussions go. Because I don't want to hear but his defense was phenomenal against the Celtics in 2020. Okay. That was 5 years ago. Next year, that'll be 6 years ago. The year after, that'll be 7 years ago. How long are we going to hold on to that? To where he's going to be this top 5 center? I'm interested. I'm really interested. People try to tell me Sabonis and Bam's playmaking is close. Are we serious right now?
Not even close.
We're not doing that shit. Absolutely not.
Yeah, Cavs' best case scenario is the Miami Heat in the first round. I guess the Magic would be worst case, I guess, just familiarity. And if KCP all of a sudden finds his shot, would be worst case.
KCP finding his shot. Yeah, when the fuck is that going to happen? I'm dead ass. When is that going to happen?
Yeah.
We hyped him up in the offseason.
Yeah.
Fuck is that done?
That's crazy.
You ready for this MVP of the week, Justin?
He might be is he the first motherfucker to leave LeBron and his shooting is worse? Actually, no. That don't count because he went to the Nuggets and
he went to the Nuggets and he got better.
Yeah, so that don't count. You have to leave LeBron and the next team, yeah.
I guess because it doesn't count as that. So no, it still hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's happened yet. Because usually motherfuckers leave LeBron and we saw it with Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley already? Let me check. Let me make sure I'm correct. Either he's close to or he's already passed the total amount of threes he made last season. I remember last season the discussion already happened like, damn, motherfucker left Bron. He's already making way more threes.
Yeah.
And this season with Cade, I got to open the convo. Cade's a better playmaker than Bron and Giannis. Shout out to the Paradox. So, total threes with Bron. Well, this isn't fair though anyways, because he was a midseason trade. But that whole season, he made 235. He shot 35% with Bron. Whole season, 35.7. With the Bucks, 41%, made 224. That was with 79 games, Justin. He's played 60 games this season. 239 threes.
Damn.
42%. 42.5%.
That's crazy.
He's going to get to 300. 61 away. 61 away with 22 games left. Do the math. That's what, 3 a game? Yeah, you could do that shit.
Yeah.
How many is he taking a game? Let me see. He's taking 9 a game and making 4.
Holy shit.
So he's fine.
Yeah.
He's perfectly fine. He's going to break. He's going to get to 300.
We haven't seen it yet.
He's going to break it. But now, like I was saying, you ready for the MVP of the week?
Yep.
I only have one guy here.
Really?
Yes. Not because there wasn't any other competitors. I've received a label I believe is a little bit unfair. I've been called a hater of this man. When I've just been realistic, to be honest with you, in my opinion. I've been called a hater of this man. When I have criticized him, especially very much this season, and say he didn't deserve certain things, I received backlash. I was very vocal about it. I gotta come with the respect when the respect is earned. That's why I only put one guy, Justin. I'll apologize this one time, And that's it, because I'm pretty sure I said he's washed for his standards early on. So you're kind of getting a hint of who this is. I'll apologize now. Later on, I can't guarantee this apology will stick. Stephen Curry, unanimous MVP of the week. Because I'm not going to lie, I didn't think this motherfucker was going to drop no fucking 50 bomb this season.
And this is the first. Is this the first ever unanimous?
I mean, counting playoffs and shit, no. Because in the playoffs, like, there's not many options. And sometimes it's really only one guy.
I heard Derek White got nominated.
Because there's one series left. But
yeah.
I think base in regular season, yeah. So, and strictly just because of the one game, 16 for 25.
That's crazy.
64%. 12 for 19.
3.
12 for 19. That's 63%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
some of those threes he was hitting was fucking insane.
Did you see that graphic? I forgot if it was games with most 9+ threes made. It was something like that. I need to find it. And
he's like by far. Like,
yeah, he has 100 and something, and like Dame has like 20 and he's in second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit is ridiculous. I think that's what the stat was. Most games with 9+ threes. Curry has like 100 and Dame has 20 something.
Every time like Curry has a game like that, I have to go back and watch. Because games like that, I can't take it for granted.
When I was texting you, it was like, there's a Dawkins classic. Not to write him out, but yeah, it is. I watched it and it was a classic.
Yeah, I had to go back. Because I remember there was one game I watched of it was a Knicks game and Cat hit like 7 threes, but I didn't know. I'm just watching it on the highlights and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker went off. Like, I like seeing like.
Sometimes you don't realize in the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this guy hit 6 threes.
But when Curry hits fucking like a 10+, it's like, holy shit. Like, it's fun to watch.
When I started getting the Bleacher Report alerts, I was like, oh, I'm tuning in.
I never take for granted, like,
because I started tuning in the third quarter. That's why I had to rewatch the Dawkins shit compressed.
I always appreciate when Curry has those games because it's like, yo, when he has like a 2 for 10 3-point game, it's noticeable.
100%. It's embarrassing.
But like I was talking about it with people at work. It's like, yo, imagine like betting that shit. It's like we're like, yo, him to get 5 threes is probably like. That shit might be minus.
It's just negative. And then
that shit's crazy.
He only got 2. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to him. So, like I tell people when they shit on the Knicks, I say the apology better be as loud as the disrespect. I have to follow my own words. The apology got to be as loud as the disrespect. So, what bigger apology than unanimous MVP of the week? Not even giving Justin the choice to try to pick somebody else. So,
yeah.
Shout out to Stephen Curry. Justin, any shout outs for you, bro? I mean, you kind of gave it earlier.
Yeah, honestly. I gave it earlier. Yeah.
No other shout outs?
No.
I want to shout out the Elimination Chamber tonight. I'm ready to watch that shit. This is probably the most stacked Elimination Chamber ever. Nigga, we got John Cena, CM Punk. That's already 2 niggas you know. Who else do you know in there? Logan Paul.
This is tonight?
Yes.
What time?
8.
Shit.
That's just going to be on Peacock. I don't know if you got Peacock. Logan Paul.
I have the jailbroken Peacock.
Oh. Bro, tap in, nigga. That's just going to be tough.
I think I'm going to have Duke on one screen, that on the other screen.
That's just going to be tough, too, because the Elimination Chamber, that's just always classic. But I think there's going to be the best one ever, I think. Same shit how I told you the Rumble's going to be the best Rumble ever, and it deadass delivered. I think this is going to be the best chamber ever. I think it's just Cena's aura that he's bringing, and fucking CM Punk's bringing shit, too. I don't think you know Drew McIntyre, but he's tough. You might know Seth Rollins.
I've heard of Seth Rollins.
He's tough. You don't know Damian Priest. He's a nigga that people call the bisexual Undertaker. Because he do kind of look like it, though. He low-key look a little bit Diddy, but he's like mad, like gothic and shit. He's Puerto Rican. He tag teamed with Bad Bunny, but then turned on Bad Bunny and fought Bad Bunny.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Who's the 6th person I'm missing? Who am I missing? It's 6 guys. I said John Cena, CM Punk. Let me see. Who's the 6th guy I'm missing? I'm missing one more person. Who am I rooting for, though, personally? It's tough, man, because I want Cena to win, and I want him to get his last championship to break the record, Ric Flair's record that's been holding out for decades. But at the same time, he kind of don't need the main event, and it kind of makes the story even better if it takes longer for him to chase. John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. I did name everybody. John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins. Okay, I did name everybody. I do want John Cena to win, but at the same time, CM Punk is 46 years old, bro. That nigga still ain't main event at WrestleMania. And that's why he quit the company 11 years ago to begin with.
Damn.
So, give the nigga his fucking main event already. Even if he doesn't win, just give it to him, bro. And The Rock, I don't know if you saw, but The Rock tweaked out last week on Friday.
Because he wasn't in it?
No, he tweaked in a promo with Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
He's acting mad weird. He said, I don't want your championship. Because, like, The Rock is, like, not the owner. He's an executive of WWE, like, in real life. And he's bringing that to the camera. So Cody Rhodes is a good guy. The Rock's a bad guy. He's like, I don't want your championship. But The Rock was acting mad weird. He's like, I want your soul. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and he's acting mad weird. Like, he's acting crazy as fuck. And then, like, someone in the crowd yelled out, he said some shit like, he was like, shut up. He said something like, shut up, like, you got STDs on your face or something. He said something like that to somebody in the crowd. Like, you got chlamydia on your face. He said something wild. He's like, I want you to sell your soul. He's like, I want you to be my champion. He's like, give me your decision next Saturday at the Elimination Chamber. He just walked off. He was acting mad weird. And everyone online was like, yo, this nigga off the perks. Like, what's good with him? This nigga is tweaking out.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's just going to be hype. Trish Stratus coming back too. Classic goons for me. I know that's TMI, but Hall of Fame goons right there. Hall of Fame goons. I don't know how she's still wrestling. She was wrestling when we was like 6 years old, and that's when she retired.
That's crazy.
And she coming back. And she's still bad. I don't know how she does it. Shout out to her. Classic goons. Vintage goons. The Braun of female wrestling goons, if you want to call it that. I don't know how she does it. No one else has done it from that era.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that shit should be litty though. I'm excited to see it. I would give it to CM Punk though. Shout out to my nigga Bret Hart too. CM Punk's idol, bro. That's why I wore the Bret Hart shirt instead of the Shawn Michaels shirt. Maybe I'll wear the Shawn Michaels shirt next time. What's so funny, bro?
Nah.
You don't enjoy a vintage goon?
Nah.
A classic goon?
Especially when motherfuckers admit to being gooners.
What's wrong with being a gooner?
I don't know.
What's wrong with gooning in the car?
Who does
in
that?
the drive-thru? What's wrong with that?
In the locker room.
And the locker room is crazy. Get us out of here. That's crazy.
If you guys are listening on audio, please like, please subscribe. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, man. Peace. Keep gooning.